Got one. All right, guys. We are back. The fucking gusher has returned to town.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah. Cue the divorced dad rock. But no, it's been a minute. I've been grinding, been taking care of stuff. It's March, one of the best times of the year.
Yeah,
basketball season.
Time for
not only is it March Madness, but you got high school basketball, district, region, and state tournaments. I've been grinding down in WKU, working region and district tournaments for boys and girls basketball. It's busy, it's a grind, but this is some of the best time of the year. I get to see some good hoops.
The dude's putting in the work, man, and it's not going unnoticed. You're going to see it.
Man, it's been, like I said,
Gusher coming to a new station near you.
I hope so. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
He's going to be the funniest broadcaster ever.
Man, I don't know about that.
Diddy is going to be at every... No, I'm just playing.
Whoa.
I was talking about the topic of every discussion, but I couldn't even do it. I'm going to clip that.
Man.
Anyways.
But no, it's been a minute.
But yeah, man, so...
haven't been on since the pre-Rumble episodes.
How you been, man?
How you
been? Fucking last time I seen your bitch ass was like fucking before the Rumble. I didn't see you at the Rumble, you whore.
Man, that
we were on opposite sides. That's the craziest part.
So where you were at was
I was behind the entrance, so I got to look at all their. Never mind.
Wow, yeah, I was about to say. But no, where you were at the Rumble was where I was at watching the Bills and Colts play like 3 months prior to that. But
that's dope.
My seats, like where I was at, like I had pretty good seats. I mean, we're still high up, but still, like I don't care. That was one of the best experiences I've had, just being at a wrestling event like that.
Rumble.
I've been to live events before, but it was live. And then one of my homies was there that I went to school with. He was dressed up as Pat McAfee, and he was.
You told me about it. He said he got on the broadcast.
He was there at the pre-show, and he sent me a video. And he was like, Pat, and Pat McAfee turned around and pointed at him.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah,
I was like, man, that's like, I was just like, man, that's crazy.
Like I said, it's literally insane. So yeah, it's been a while. So since our last episode with Gus, because we actually did an episode again with Bailey. Me and him did one the day of the Super Bowl before my Eagles stomped the Chiefs' fucking balls. All right. I actually have been waiting all fucking day, actually months. What is it, March? Give me a second.
Oh, man.
Give me a fucking second, dude.
You weren't about to whip me. Oh, okay. I was,
I think I broke my wife's belt. Bend over, Chiefs fans. The soap has been dropped. You must assume to position. Go Birds, baby. But no, I had to do it. It's been too long, and I'm not going to brag too long. But yeah, we also watched the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, which were both insane.
Yeah, that Elimination Chamber last weekend, that was probably one of the craziest things that I've seen as a wrestling fan.
So before we get to the heel turn, okay,
yeah, that was a good.
Let's just talk about overall. The fact how lucky we both got to see that Royal Rumble. Okay, because not only think about this for a second. Okay, we got to be in person to see Cena at the Royal Rumble. To see Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble, which was crazy. I hate the Charlotte Flair one. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
I was getting a beer when she returned. I heard the music, and I was like, there's the winner.
Well, I remember one thing that really got me. I'm sitting there with my dad, and we're I was like, well, number 30's coming. I wonder who it is. And everybody behind us is like, it's Becky. And Nikki Bella's music hits, and everybody's like, oh my
dude, we got 200,000 views on that video right now.
That is crazy.
200. I haven't showed you that.
Like everybody in the back, behind us, all the dudes behind us were like, what the fuck?
What? Yeah, dude.
The audible sigh in our section was crazy.
We got pretty good wrestling content, and I had it on the furry.
And then
shit.
One thing I really like,
205,000 fucking views, 15.5 thousand likes, 117 comments, 1,200 fucking favorites. Yeah, we're doing good on that.
Yeah, man. Another thing, a lot of people that aren't gonna really, they're like, oh, whatever. But one of my favorite parts about that was I got to see the Motor City Machine Guns finally wrestling.
Yeah, I got to see him wrestle. Period. Where this is also we might have got followed by Alex Shelley the other day on TikTok. Man. I had to actually. But double check because I got followed by this other guy named Ethan something.
The Machine Guns have always been some of my favorite. That's been one of my favorite tag teams for as long as I can remember. I was always high on them in TNA. To finally see them in WWE and see them wrestle in person, that was dope.
See, I don't know if this is him, but the dude's only got 1,000 followers. But see, on TikTok, a lot of people don't like. I can't find any accounts with it.
Yeah, no, that's probably. I don't think
I don't know.
that might be a fan account. Honestly.
That's what I also honestly said too.
But yeah, no, that was dope to see them wrestle for the first time.
But yeah, they came that bro. How about the Street Profits?
That was about to say that match was mid, and then that happened, and I was like, oh.
And that's when I realized this was not about the match.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people were kind of mad that the match wasn't anything, but like it wasn't really like the match wasn't the big thing about that. It was building up the Street Profits coming back.
It was, dude, and their heel turn is right. Like with Bobby Lashley, it sucked. They're on their own. I've never really been really high on Angelo Dawkins, but I mean, I'm cool with it right now. I just think Montez Ford would be so much better as a heel on his own.
I think,
DIY is cool, but I feel like they're trying to push him as like a new DX, and I'm not fucking with it, man.
Well, like, and the thing with Montez Ford, I kind of wanted them to push them by himself. The only bad thing that happened about that is Angelo Dawkins would obviously be the Marty Jannetty in that situation.
I agree.
And like it would kind of be like a Bubba Ray and Devon thing. Bubba was better on his own.
Hardy,
Devon wasn't. Thing. Devon got stuck with the Reverend Brother Devon gimmick. I mean, it would suck to see it happen, but like that's the price you got to pay with a tag team. You're not always going to have an Edge and Christian.
And that's the same thing right now with the Usos. You got Jay flourishing, and Jimmy's kind of just fizzing in and out.
I've never really understood the hate.
What was the other
Jimmy
match
Uso
besides the women's chamber? The Cody and Kevin match.
Yeah, that was
bro.
I was hyping that match up.
Insane.
Like, I thought he was genuinely hurt for a while.
I did too.
Like,
I seen blood leaking. I was like,
well, like because I saw the guys throw up the X on the ground, and I was like, oh, he
looked like Andrew at the Creed concert.
Yeah.
Yo, man down.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I was like, oh, he's messed up. And then like he's on Raw the next Monday, and I was like, oh,
folded perfectly.
I was about to say
fucking Alabama Slam after the ladder.
Man, that was kind of cool that he did the Alabama Slam because that was Hardcore Holly's move, and him and Hardcore Holly were attacked.
Drew McIntyre does it as well. I like that. But and also he dyed his hair blonde for Hardcore Holly too, didn't he?
No, his hair was still black at that point.
I'm saying, but that's why he dyed it blonde.
No, that was because of Dusty Rhodes.
Makes sense.
And also Dustin. So the American Nightmare gimmick, that was Dustin Rhodes' original gimmick in WCW.
Yeah,
but it was like Cody took it and ran with it and made it better. Now. But yeah, I mean,
so we
that was a dope. Like that was dope.
The Rumble was awesome, bro. So look, here's the thing. Gus only got to go to the Rumble. And shout out to Andrew. And here's the thing with our podcast, guys, is it's not really about any one specific person. We got like a group of collective people we're doing shit together with. You really only seen Andrew in the vlogs right now, but big shout out to Andrew because the vlogs wouldn't have happened without him.
I was about to say, Andrew's Mr. Make It Happen.
Bro paid $500 for tickets right there on the spot at his cribs that I got him. We're there. The tickets were phenomenal. If you follow us on TikTok, you've seen the seats where Nikki Bella returned. I was about to say
your seats might have been a little bit better than ours.
And we zoomed in on his iPhone 15. It was like watching it up close.
Yeah,
it was insane.
I was about to say with the new cameras,
bro,
it's crazy.
The fucking vlog. If I'd have put it in the right fucking landscape, if I'd have not been stupid, I mean, it's still all right, but it would have. It looks great on the phone, is what I'm getting at. But so Rumble, I had no problem with. But see, we got lucky, okay, because Drew got the tickets and I got off work, and his dumb ass told me, bro, the store's only open from 9 to 11 a.m. And I go, what?
It was open till like
bro, it's open from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. We get all the way to Indianapolis. This motherfucker goes, dude, I'm so hyped. Look at all this. Fuck. I go, what? He goes, they're open till 11 p.m. I go, you motherfucker. I said, I'm right. And this was the night that we did Khalil's episode. You know,
we were up I was about to say, we're up till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
That's
so, bro, I was like, I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. Are you fucking serious? And he's like, hey, fuck you, bitch. We're going to see John Cena. Shut the fuck up.
I was about to say, and like, it's kind of cool that y'all got down there early.
The WrestleCon shit, bro,
I was about to say, the WrestleCon stuff was dope.
Insane. And dude, I'm telling you, you got to go to Square Circle with us, bro, because if you go with us, it's only $75 for all 3 of your tickets. There's 2 days of the fucking con, basically, and then you get they're calling it the Midtown Rumble or some shit. And all the promotions are doing a multiple man Rumble. Like all their dudes are getting the Rumble. I don't know how many dudes it's gonna be yet, but Zack Ryder's gonna be there. Mick Foley, Bobby Lashley, Congo Kong, fucking Layla, Tori Wilson, Cesaro, fucking all these people. And then the Airbnb would probably only be like fucking $50 a piece, but I can cover that.
All them guys that are.
But dude, yeah, and so like it's gonna be insane, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm also trying to land media passes of that. Hook us up, please. Squared Circle Expo.
It's crazy, all them guys that are like in AEW that are doing stuff like this. It's just like, man.
But yeah, and it was a different experience for me. I don't know if you ever done anything like that, but me and Andrew went in there completely clueless, so we look like
WrestleCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like
headlights.
I've done like the car show before, like Carl Castro on the fairgrounds, and they would have like a wrestler come every year. I've done stuff like that.
You've seen Rey Mysterio?
I've seen Rey Mysterio, Big Show, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, Charlotte Flair, and Daniel Bryan.
Nice, except for Charlotte Flair. And
then I also got to meet Ted DiBiase 1 year too.
The senior one, right?
Yeah, not the welfare fraud guy. But so yeah, I met all of them. They would have like celebrities there too, like Sasha from The Walking Dead was there 1 year. Victoria Justice was there 1 year. Like I've done stuff like that, and that's cool too because you get to meet
us using a good chair.
I don't know if I'd call it good.
I mean,
you might lean back in that and break your neck.
My ass hurts from this chair, but no, you said Sasha. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so like Sasha from The Walking Dead was there 1 year. Victoria Justice was there. Like they would have a lot of celebrities like coming through.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've done stuff like that, but I've never been to, like, one giant, like, WrestleCon where, like, it's not... Or, well, actually...
It's different.
I've been to Phantom Fest. That was, like, basically, like, a lower tier Comic-Con. It was at, like, the convention center, like, 10 years ago. I got to meet Al Snow there, and I got to meet Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette's funny as hell in person.
I bet he probably is.
He is a S-tier old head, though.
He kills me when him and Vince Russo are beefing. So look, check this out. So this is the landscape when we walk in, okay? So if I'm able to draw you a picture, right? And I got a sketch pad over here, okay? So I want to paint this picture out for you. So we go and park immediately when we get into Indy, right?
Yeah.
We don't know where shit is. We just know we got to park. We get in the garage, and then we look at where the Superstore is. We're going there first, we think. We actually end up going to WrestleCon first, and we get in there. We're coming in from this wing right here, okay? So this wing cuts to the garage and everything else. So this wing right here, we're coming in, it cuts over here, and then this is it's in a hotel. They're doing
it was a Marriott or something like that.
And so this right here is the first door, right? Well, you come over here, and there's also another door, and this right here is the WrestleCon banner and shit. So you come in here, RVD, fucking, who is next to RVD? Rhino, fucking, God, who else was right there on that side? Buff Bagwell, fucking God, just so many. RVD's girl was there, and she was dressed ridiculously slutty. It was crazy. I don't know how he lets his girl leave the house like that. Then if you come over here, fucking Hardy's, Ron Simmons, Lex Luger, the fucking Steiner brothers, JBL. You come over here this way, Kurt Angle, Riddle, the fucking Dudleys. Just insane amount of people. You come over this way, and there's two more fucking rows over here. You got fucking who is it? Maria right here. Fucking Riddick Moss, whatever his name is now.
Yeah, Madcap.
His other promotion name. And fucking somebody else there. And then over here you had Mickey James, Bob Orton. Fucking Bob Orton was cool as fuck. The cheapest guy there. He was only going to charge you $25 to take a picture on your phone.
That's crazy.
Coolest guy there.
That's the only thing. Like when going to those like WrestleCon and stuff,
Mickey James only wanted like 35, and Andrew wouldn't get a fucking picture with her.
Man.
And that's his fucking like favorite. How many times we been watching the Rumble and it's the girls' Rumble? He's like, Mickey James coming back tonight. The only motherfucker to bring up Mickey James is Drew ever. And then he sees her and he's like,
I was about to say, well, she'd come back like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, Zack Ryder was right there next to Mickey James.
I know Mr. Kennedy was there.
Yes, he was over there next to.
It's funny. A lot of the guys that were like there that they showed
Alfonso, is his name? The referee.
Bill Alfonso.
Yeah, we seen him smoking a cigarette.
He was the one that always blew the whistle in ECW. That was RVD's guy.
Yeah,
I think they were there together.
But yeah, so this is the crazy part. And since they're over here, right? There's a table with memorabilia all over it, signed shit. Okay, we didn't know you have to pay these dudes for shit. So twice I tried to go with the Riddles dude because I fucking love Riddle, bro. I was like, oh, he's clearly going to be cheaper. It's fucking Riddle, right? No. And then I think the promoters that they're getting there to do, because there's like, when you get there, there's him and there's a dude taking the money from you. And you can't talk to him till you get the money.
Yeah.
I never done this before. So I'm like, hey, bro, how much, does this shit cost money? He's like, yeah, I didn't think to ask how much. So I was like, oh, fuck. All right, I'll be back in Spain. I got to get cash. So then I go get I didn't go get no cash. So I come back because he said he does cash. I was like, how much? He's like, 60 for autograph. What do you say? Or 20 for, or no, 60 for autograph, 40 for signature. I'll give you both for 80. I was like, man, fuck. I was like, dude, fuck that.
Yeah, no,
I was
they're
like,
expensive.
I'm trying to get, but I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And then I went and listened to the Hardys. I was like,
Also, the Hardys were
$150 for 2 pictures, for a picture of the both of them. And so I was like, okay, next time I'm coming with money, because it wasn't their fault, it was mine. But the coolest part to me was they had already signed memorabilia over here, bro. Ranging from like fucking $10 to $35 to $50 to whatever, bro. Like they had the Bella Twins in a fucking Sports Illustrated magazine in swimsuits for like $75 autographed by both of them. They had not Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, and then fucking Drew while we're in the middle of this shit, looking through this shit, bro. He's like, where's the Chris Benoit autographed one? And I go, shut the.
I was about to say, I don't know.
Like, shut the fuck up, Drew. I was like, don't you ever say that in this shit again. I was like, what the flying fuck is wrong with you, man? He's like, what? I was like, we're surrounded by fucking wrestlers. You're
surrounded by his. Kurt Angle probably would have had a conversation with you about
Kurt Angle. We were this close to twice because he was right next to Riddle, and I'm getting his autograph next time. I am.
Man,
but it was just it was a cool ass experience just to be there. I got little videos on my phone, but RVD's dude was ready to fight motherfuckers, bro. He caught me. I was taking a video of RD. I was like, he's like, buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? You want to take picture? Take picture with me, not your phone. I was like, oh, my bad, bro. Does it cost money? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I was getting my Cash App ready. I was like, how much is it? He's like, $70. I was like, oh, fuck that. Put my phone away. He's already had a little video of RVD signing somebody else's autograph.
Yeah.
But it was still cool. Next time I'm getting actual signatures. Like, we got the Trish Stratus Funko right here. We're going to Comic-Con Sunday. I'm going to be there. You know, we're probably going to interview some of Gus's favorite people, the furries.
Oh, hell no.
I'm not going to get him off on the rant. But yeah, we're going to try and get Trish Stratus autograph. And then we're going to go get an autograph from a furry and completely ruin that Funko and give it to Gus for Christmas.
Yeah, no.
He'll probably fucking unalive me. But anyways, yeah, so that was cool. And then, Andrew came in clutch again because he's got an impulse buying problem and bought tickets for us to go to Cincinnati to see the Hardy Boys. And that was absolutely insane because we were 8 rows from the stage.
Yeah.
And
Matt actually, he's been releasing all his
podcasts.
No, not even his but he releases his appearances and dates and stuff, like where they're going to be. I think they said something about they're going to be in Lexington in June, dude.
Probably.
I think that means
they're signing with WWE, bro, because SmackDown's
they're going to be in Lex in June. But I've been hearing rumors about that for a while that Matt and Jeff might be coming back full time to the WWE.
Oh, let me tell you something about this too, dude, man, because people always tell me all the time NXT's got people that are so fucking bright and it's better than AEW for the moves. They might be right, man. That show we went to, first off, I fucking love Moose. Moose is the fucking guy, bro. But Lexus King put on a hell of a show.
You know who that is, right?
No.
That's Brian Pillman Jr.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Brian
fucking
Pillman's
hard.
son.
He looks so familiar.
Yeah,
that's why.
Brian Pillman's son.
Oh, we were in his hometown.
He was in AEW, and he was Brian Pillman Jr. when he was there. And he had a team called the Varsity Blondes.
We also watched
Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah, with, that's for like how fucking, okay, that's dope.
And then he ended up leaving AEW, and he went to WWE, and now he's Lexus King.
Yeah, he's hard as fuck.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's always been a good wrestler.
Him and Moose got good chemistry. Yeah. They put on a hell of a show. Stephanie Vaquer and Carmen Petrovich, I think, was the first match. Vaquer, bro.
Stephanie Vaquer is going to be
a beast, bro. Me and Drew had never really seen her, so she did that little fucking Bronco thing where she puts their fucking
the Bronco Buster.
Is that what it is? Where she puts their head into the mat?
Or no, that's the Bronco Buster is what X-Pac did, where it was basically
she puts her knees on their head and then fucking does like this into the mat.
Yeah. See, the Bronco Buster.
I didn't send you that clip.
I think you did.
But fucking Drew at the end, he goes. When he don't say shit.
I was about to say everybody knew what he was saying.
Oh, yeah. And, but it was insane, man. Everybody at that show really impressed me, dude. Fucking Stephanie Vaquer, insane.
Yeah, NXT's always, the
Javon Edwards guy.
Javon Evans?
Excuse me. Javon Evans really is a fucking insane.
Did you see his match at Randy Orton?
What?
Yeah, him and Randy Orton had a match on NXT back in September, I think.
No, I'm gonna watch it as soon as
because he botched the ending to it.
Now I was watch it.
But he walked up to Randy and was like, "I'm sorry." Randy Orton was like, "It's all good. You're okay." Bro, if that was Randy Orton 15 years ago, he would have crashed.
I'm totally encouraging anybody who has not watched it, and even if you've watched it, go watch it again. The fucking clips I have of Javon Evans at the fucking NXT show, I know who Wesley was, so I knew it was going to be fired from him. And Ethan Page, I knew about from AEW, but I didn't know what to expect from either of them. They teamed up really well together as well.
Ethan Page is a really good heel,
dude. Fucking Ricky Saints though.
Ricky Starks is also he's a hell of a wrestler too.
Fucking name now, bitch. Yeah. Even though it sounds a little feminine. But so funny story here. Okay, so you know Ricky does that little pose,
his little dance,
his little fucking. He does his little dancey dance. That. All right, I'm gonna probably clip that because I feel embarrassed now. But fucking Ricky does his little dancey dance, and Drew doesn't know anything about wrestling. He just hears Hardy Boys. He's like, "Let's go." And then he's looking up Moose, and so the whole ride there, he's like, "Moose."
Man, I remember when I see Moose for the first time, like 2016. I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And
bro,
I was like, "He's actually good."
Yeah, he's fire, bro. Yeah. Look, I told Andrew he was gonna do a moonsault. He's like, "His big ass ain't jumping on the fucking turnbuckle." I was like, "Watch," and he fucking did it.
I could be wrong, but I think him and Bobby Lashley when he was in TNA, I think they had some.
Again,
I think they had some pretty good matches.
They should feud again. But yeah, and so whose match was I talking about? The Javon Evans match, bro. He just is like a fucking boomerang.
Yeah,
man. He's
only like 19, right?
That's insane.
He's really like. I hope
he has a long, healthy career because he's very insanely talented. This dude's airtime. He literally like flipped Wesley, grabbed his arm, and then like bungeed himself all over the ropes, came down, and then fucking like Hurricane Rana, like, but he was up in the air for like a good 4 seconds.
Yeah,
bro.
I was about to say he's
a Hurricane Rana, little 5'6" Wesley, and
he reminds me a lot of Too Cold Scorpio. If you know, like the ECW guy.
Yes,
man,
bro.
Like because Too Cold Scorpio was ahead of his time with a lot of the high flying moves.
We got a Too Cold Scorpio, man. Come be on the podcast, brother.
And then, but yeah, Javon Evans is really good. NXT does a great job of finding like athletes that like might not have a future in their sport.
And Ricky Saints is insane, bro. Like, dude won me over immediately. I already liked him, but he really won me over that match because he hit a fuck ton of moves that I didn't think he was going to hit for such a little guy.
Man, I keep wanting to call him Ricky Starks, but like he was good.
Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks.
Yeah, he was a good guy, and like he was good on the mic.
The Tony Fumble chant was insane, bro. Everybody on the lives on TikTok that I get, they're like, "How loud was the Tony Fumble chant?" I said I was 8 rows from the ring. It was fucking loud, bro.
And like that's my thing. Like
and also
NXT, like,
at that show, big shout out to Stone Pain Productions. I met him there, man. He's insane. We're gonna collab at Squared Circle Expo, man. It's another reason why your ass gotta go. We're collabing with real creators now, man. They got all kinds of stuff they've done. He's got a promotion called Wrestle With This, and he does a lot of their episodes on YouTube. Check it out. Now, really, like a promotion in Indy, like his own wrestling promotion.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah. So, you know, if you ever want to fucking get into it, dog, Gusher wants to get into it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But no, it was awesome, man. NXT was the shit.
My thing with NXT is like they don't sell out, like they don't go to big arenas. Like,
oh, that motherfucker was sold out, but it was small.
It was. That's what I'm saying. They sell it out, but they go to like small areas.
It was like maybe 2,000.
It reminds me of the old Impact Zone, like how TNA did their shows at Universal Studios. Mm-hmm. That's what AEW needs to do. That because like I mean their product is like it's not good. Like NXT doesn't have anywhere near like the level of wrestlers like AEW's got arguably the best wrestler in the world in Kenny Omega, and like their product isn't anything.
Yeah.
And they're also selling out, or they're not even selling out. Like the reason they have the hard cam up is because the other side of the arena is empty.
Oh, I know. If we were on the side where the hard cam was facing away, and they didn't need to have it. They could have had.
That's what I'm saying. Like they had to have a hard cam there because
they made it on TV for like a split second.
That's always my favorite part about going to like
it's
wrestling.
On the TikTok page. And then I also found Drew again whenever Javon. That's what I'm going to tell you. They spilled out right in front of our section. Javon Evans and Ethan Page. So, but you can't see me. You can only see Drew with his red hat's face for a split second.
That's tough. Like,
and he's so fucking baked from the edibles that we allegedly had up there. And
man, that's my favorite part about like going to wrestling is like when you come back and
we got fucked up at a bar too, bro. Like you should do. That's the shit we got to do. Is I'm just going to get dumb bunch of money, fucking working at the post office. We're going to all go. It's going to be fun. But yeah, it was AEW really like Tony needs to swallow his pride, book smaller venues for like their like weekly shows like Dynamite and Rampage. I don't even know if they do Collision anymore. I think they canceled that. And then like for their big pay-per-views. Do you see them still having a future? I don't.
Realistically, if Tony Khan's dad, since he owns the Jaguars, he'll just throw money at his kid.
I guess you're making sense.
And I mean, they'll keep it afloat for a little bit. But like NXT, they only do their big pay-per-views like Stand and Deliver and Takeover, and they go to big arenas for that. And I think even for takeovers, they still stay like small. But if they only go to big arenas for the big like pay-per-views. AEW needs to do that, and their product will get better. But it's also they need a booker. Tony Khan just throws shit at a wall and sees if it sticks. Like It's not
He
good.
really does. He is just trying to make shit happen that isn't there.
Everything that he said he was gonna do,
chanting "you fumbled." That's bad, man.
or when you got TNA, who was dead for years, Hulk Hogan killed that company in
They're
2010,
fucking banging right now.
and they are like, I didn't think I would see TNA rise back from the dead before I saw AEW.
I forgot there's way more, dude. I didn't tell you. I'm getting all of these signed at this shit, bro. Look at that one.
Enzo and Big Cass, that is crazy.
Enzo's gonna be there, but Big Cass won't. Also getting bang.
Oh, that Rikishi, that's tough.
Also getting bang. That one's gonna be worth like fucking $400 when I get it signed.
Man, when I saw all I saw was the blonde hair on that Rikishi. I was like, please tell me that's not Hulk Hogan.
Bang.
Cactus Jack.
Yes, sir. We'll go ahead and slip them all in there. Fuck it, because who knows when we'll make the next episode. It might be before or after.
Oh, that's Jerry Lawler. I was wondering who.
I believe that is all the rest of the ones I got here recently. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a fun, like, wrestling is a fun time. Like, it's always fun to watch. It's so much funner in person.
And those who are tuning into our shit because of wrestling, we appreciate you too.
I was about to say, this is supposed to be like a podcast of everything. But we're like in the last like month and a half, it's been all wrestling stuff.
We went from 120 followers and we only made this is really my TikTok that I just switched over to our account because they were too difficult to make it another account. And I only had 120 followers before I switched over. And we are now sitting at almost 4,500. That's pretty fucking crazy. I've only had a thing for like 3 months, 4 months.
It's crazy. And then the wrestling community is big.
We're gonna do it all, but we're gonna keep hitting the wrestling shit. We're hitting OVW soon, man.
Man, I haven't been to OVW.
We gotta do it, man.
I used to go there like when I was a kid.
When the summer rolls around, we're gonna hit a couple shits.
Shout out Jamie Olavencia and Rudy Switchblade, OVW legends.
Hell yeah, bro. But yeah, so
WWE dark match merchants.
I'd have to rate both of the events, man. They're solid. Fucking Andrew called the NXT an 8. I think that shit was a 10. I think Royal Rumble was a 10.
The Hardys wrestled at that one, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was about to. Oh yeah, because Jeff took 20 years to do a Whisper in the Wind.
Dude, he did, yeah. He had a double one, bro.
Yeah, but he's not running up the ropes like he used to. He's got to climb up there.
Yeah, that's the thing I noticed. I was like, oh, poor guy. But he hit that swanton effortlessly, though.
The crouton bomb. That's what Matt Hardy calls it now.
It's true, though.
He said Jeff don't get
Somebody yelled out Lita when they came out, and I was like, hey, motherfucker! I was like, leave her out of this and leave him out of this, motherfucker! And then dude, the best part of the night, I gotta say, then we'll move on from NXT because I know we're fucking sitting on that. We're gonna probably do the same thing on Power, but dude, the Jade Bianca Naomi situation, they were showing God. And then they're like, who attacked Jade? And the people are yelling out, it's Naomi. And then someone goes, fucking John Cena, and fucking dude. And so that started a whole wave of motherfuckers saying,
I don't think I told you this yet.
Before, just hear me out. Look, you're gonna love this, okay? And then you just keep that thought. Really look. So it starts a whole wave of wrong answers, purposely wrong answers. So then somebody was like, fucking Enzo, and somebody was like, fucking something. And then some dude goes, Chris Benoit. And they're fucking live on TV, and everyone in the crowd.
That's my favorite part about being at events is like the people around you.
Everybody in the crowd including me and Andrew, go, whoa, whoa.
So when I was at the Rumble and Jay, I think it was Jay and Logan Paul, and they were punching each other back and forth. And every time Jay would punch him, they'd be like, yeet, and then like Logan Paul would punch him, they start booing. Well, the dudes behind us go, fuck it, and Logan Paul punches him, they go, Prime. Yeet! Prime! Yeet! Prime! I was like, what the fuck?
We had a dude behind us at Rumble that every time Jacob Fatu did something, he would go, pop! Poo! And I'd be sitting there like, what the fuck is he spitting on, bro? Because I ain't really hip to Jacob at the time. I'm like, was this dude spitting on motherfuckers?
Yeah, no, and then the dudes behind us, they were like, I don't know what type of betting system they had, but they were like drawing random numbers, and whoever they had, that was their person to win the match.
Yeah.
And oh my God, you would have thought this dude had like his whole mortgage on Jordan Grace. He kept saying her name wrong too. He was like, let's go, Jordana Grace. And I was like, oh my God.
Somebody's dyslexic.
Yeah. And then I was like, what the hell are they doing? Because I was trying to figure out like what their system was. And I was like, this don't make sense at all.
We had at one point we got a green shirt guy chant going.
Man, when I saw him like post up I was like, oh my God.
Oh, dude, as soon as it was over, some dude immediately looks up and goes, what the fuck do you think he does for a living? And
exactly. What does he do?
I was like, OnlyFans! And the whole fucking section lost it. And the fucking dude, some dude with kids looked up like, I was like, "Fuck you, buddy." I didn't say it.
He's got a family, I think.
I thought you were gonna say OnlyFans.
No,
I was like,
oh
dude,
God.
I was gonna say, are you kidding me? But no, here's my theory on this. I was like, I think he got injured. I think this is your theory. At a fucking PLE somewhere along the way, instead of suing, he agreed to lifelong tickets to PLEs.
Free pay-per-views for life.
Yes, and even though that eventually is probably worth more than this fucking lawsuit, I think WWE honors it because he was chill.
Yeah, I don't know what it that's a lot of money to spend.
I know, but dude, like, look, I want to show you this. Look, so and shout out to the Beers and Belts podcast on TikTok because they've been probably the coolest one. I want to show you this video he's got of before WrestleMania 40. Okay. He's sitting here, and you can see the fucking green shirt guy shaking hands with the fucking dude setting up the fucking stage. He's on the fucking stage. This dude's video is at almost 1 million views.
Of just the green shirt guy?
We saw a green shirt guy before night one. There he is, right there is that.
That is crazy.
Ain't that wild?
Yeah.
Ain't that fucking wild, son?
That is tough.
Yeah.
That is tough.
He's connected with him, bro. I'm telling you.
I think he's been there so long, and he's like such a big social media person now because like everybody's like, it's a green shirt guy because like he's easily
I feel
recognizable.
like, dude, like I had Kyle watching WWE, and there was a dude that used to be next to the green shirt guy that had long hair, looked like Kyle. I'd make fun of him. And he's been there for like at least 10 years doing this shit.
Yeah,
at least.
Green shirt guy's been to every WrestleMania for the last 10. I think.
In every PLE it seems like too. But yeah, it was insane, man.
Yeah, no, it's always a good time.
So let's get to the fucking obvious though.
The Elimination Chamber. Man,
let's talk about it.
So I was sitting
what was
there.
Match of the night to you? Because I'm gonna go ahead and say it was the Women's Chamber. I fucking love
the
it.
Women's Chamber was good. The swerve, like everybody was like, I'd been seeing a bunch of people on Twitter saying that Jade Cargill was going to turn.
I knew it was going to happen. There was no. I mean, so it was
really
a swerve. It was a swerve for sure. But so yeah, you got to say your perspective, and I'll.
So like, I haven't really been watching. Like, I've been kind of keeping up with it on Twitter or whatever. And then I was like, I'd forgotten that I didn't realize Jade Cargill was going to show up. And then I was like, oh, they're doing this. And then like, because Liv Morgan, the way she was acting, I was like, oh, she's about to beat her ass. And then she goes and beats up Naomi. What it reminded me of was the 09 Chamber when Edge beat up Kofi Kingston before he got in and he couldn't fight and he took Kofi's spot.
But see, Jade didn't take the spot.
Jade didn't take the spot.
What I couldn't stand about that. I was like, that's like, you got her even in her fucking ring attire.
But it's also like, it makes sense though. Because like, she wasn't going in there she wasn't in there to win something. She was in there just to put BTA.
Eliminate Liv Morgan. Fucking
Liv Morgan didn't do anything.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, at this point, take your anger out on everybody.
But like that was a good match. Low key, I feel like the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match was my favorite.
That
was probably
I thought the men's chamber was whack.
CM Punk was going full Hogan, taking everybody's moves and kicking out. That was dope. The best part, my favorite.
That back.
My favorite part about that,
I didn't like. And it wasn't that Cena one that pissed me off. Is the
CM Punk passing out.
It was the STF, bro. Like, why? Like, just pin the motherfucker, dude.
I kind of like that.
I mean, that's what everybody else said. So
my favorite sequence of that though was like, I saw a video. They did like a up and down comparison. They took the 2011 Money in the Bank and that Elimination Chamber where it was just them two, and they did their moves like move for move, like matched it. It was the exact same like sequence. I was like, and it was like 14 years apart, and I was like, damn, the only difference is seeing this big ass bald spot.
And so the obvious elephant in the room, best part about Chamber was the heel turn.
Yeah. And
if you ain't seen it,
did you see Travis? Like Travis Scott was there.
He's an asshole.
Did you? He ruptured Cody's eardrum.
That's what they're saying.
Gave him a black eye.
I think the black eye I can believe, but I don't know about that. Well, maybe one of the.
Because he punched his.
He fucking open palm slapped the shit out of him. That's like bruise later.
The funniest part about that was
Cody has to put that motherfucker through a table now. Like, I will not accept no for an answer. That dingy ass hardcore belt gives me permission to.
Travis Scott being there was so funny because not only that, he was smoking a blunt in the ring.
That was crazy.
And
where were they at?
Canada? They were in Canada.
That's why.
And we're like, because I saw a thing.
I think it's legal there.
I saw a post on it. Was awesome. It was like Travis Scott smoking a blunt in the ring.
Shut up.
Cody tells somebody to go fuck yourself. They were like, wrestling is back. You know,
bro.
like,
John Cena's heel turn was so iconic. I seen like 10 people on TikTok.
The amount of memes I've seen of
people
John
to explain them why it was so iconic because they couldn't understand what a heel turn was.
Yeah, I was about to say like
they would like put it in Marvel terms. Or
they were like, that's like Captain America's ever become.
I just said KD to the Warriors every time.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I said.
I don't even want to. I was LeBron to the Heat, but like KD to the Warriors. KD to the Warriors was 10 times worse.
No, but I'm saying if I had to compare
it, exactly. Yeah, but it's like a move like that. But my thing
is I also seen it coming because he didn't leave the fucking ring.
Yeah.
And I was also like,
Because
why
I was
are they
sitting there
waiting to
thinking-
do the Cody decision
Yeah.
until after Chamber?
See, when I was sitting there thinking about that, I thought they were going to have Cody and The Rock come out, and that was going to be like a segment of itself. They weren't going to wait till after the Elimination Chamber.
I thought the same.
And then I had seen a video, like this guy's a big John Cena fan on YouTube,
Yeah.
and he like broke it down. He was like, John Cena needs to main event WrestleMania. And this was before the Elimination Chamber had happened.
Yeah.
And he was like, he needs to win. He needs to wrestle Cody. He needs to win the world title there, because they're like, up to this point, this retirement tour or whatever he's going on hasn't really been that good because he hasn't been there.
Yeah.
He'd shown up twice to that point.
Yeah, Royal Rumble and then a fucking...
It's already March, and he's only had 3 appearances.
Yep.
And they were like, if you want to turn him heel, they were like, that's cool. But if you turn John Cena heel, he was like, I feel like that's going to be longer than a year.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He was like, that story...
And so that's the theory. Do you think he still retires 2025?
I was talking to somebody else about that. He was like, if they just went ahead and turned him heel, I don't think that's going to be a... He was like, I don't think it's going to be a year retire. Like, I don't think he's going to be retired by the end of the year. And, but yeah, like if he does turn heel, like, and this is going to be a long-term story. Like, this is easily a year and a half. If they want to fit it into a year, maybe.
They could do a Roman story with him and just like have him take the belt, beat Cody, then make the whole finish the story narrative again. Then he could say he dethroned Roman and Cena.
Now, see, like, if they want to like speed it up a little bit,
but I also think they're somewhere going to get CM Punk the belt in this shit too.
I think CM Punk could beat it for him at SummerSlam, because like if you look at it, John Cena has been like, I know it's all scripted and everything, but like record wise, he has lost. He's got a losing record at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
that's his worst pay per view.
Yep.
If they want to do something like that, he wins the world title at WrestleMania, loses it to like CM Punk at SummerSlam, and like he loses it all.
Yeah,
and then he's kind of like down bad or whatever, and then like comes back to the light, I guess. Yeah. So to speak, they want to do it there.
Cena.
Yeah, and then Fruity Pebbles comes back.
Fruity Pebbles.
And then I guess ends the year as champion. I don't know. Or they do that and he's there for longer, because realistically he's barely been there for the first 3 months of this retirement tour. So
are we going into Mania next? We are, right?
Yeah. And WrestleMania is not until like mid-April this year. Like, I don't like, it's cool that like,
so there's no fast lane this year.
There's
good.
Or there's always like the Elimination Chamber. They replaced the Elimination Chamber with Fastlane, and then they brought Fastlane, and then they got rid of Fastlane and brought the Elimination Chamber back.
Yeah, okay.
There's always one pay-per-view in February.
See, I felt like the year Roman beat Daniel Bryan and Edge, I felt like they still had Elimination Chamber and Fastlane, because they also had Edge win the Rumble from the one position.
They had Edge win the Rumble, and then they put Daniel Bryan in that match because Daniel Bryan wrestled Roman at Fastlane, or no, it was the Chamber. He wrestled them there for the world title, and Edge was the special referee or the enforcer or whatever, and he hit them both with a chair and put Roman on Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
Roman won. And then they made the Mania match triple threat.
Yeah, I fucking hated that fucking stacked them shit, bro. He stacked them at Mania, dog.
Yeah, he stacked them up and pinned them. I was like, I was like, I wanted Edge to win so bad, and I was so pissed.
Yeah, bro, me too. Edge deserved that shit. Spear versus spear and the fucking flying knee in the middle. And you know what? I also gotta say, man, I fucking miss Daniel Bryan in the WWE, bro. I fucking love Daniel Bryan, bro.
I did. So like,
WrestleMania's got like the best redemption. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. There is going to be very hard for you to convince me that there is a better year writing wise in professional wrestling than the fucking year that the Authority was taken over and kept trying to 2013 to 14, bro, where Daniel Bryan wins the fucking belt from Cena, immediately gets cashed in on, and then it spends an entire next fucking year.
And that wasn't supposed to happen.
Bro, just fucking takes
the fans.
Oh, it was insane.
The fans were the reason that happened.
That's my favorite WrestleMania of all time, bro. Like, so much shit.
It's up there for that one. Nah, I didn't like it because of that.
I didn't like it, but you got to think of how monumental
that WrestleMania was good, but like
that's insane.
That made me so. That
Cena beat Bray Wyatt.
That match was good.
Yep.
But like, and you had like a match like the New Age Outlaws and Kane versus the Shield. That was just kind of whatever. What
New Age Outlaws? Was that Road Dogg?
Yeah, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and Kane. Yeah. And they fought the Shield at WrestleMania. Yeah. That was kind of a throwaway.
But yeah. So with that being said, man, do you think Cena beats Cody with his belt? And
I hope so.
Like, do we get the Doctor of Thugonomics, or are we getting some bullshit?
This is where I remember seeing. So like, I think John Cena talked about it on a podcast with Chris Van Vliet, and he was supposed to turn heel in 2012, and he had a whole new like attire. He was going to wear like he was going to wear like a singlet and like knee pads and shoulder pads and stuff. And he had a whole new like rap song recorded.
Yeah,
and it didn't have like it never got released. There like was a song that popped up on TikTok, and it wasn't the song. It was like
it was
it was used for like some like a promo thing.
Yeah.
The original the song he had recorded for his heel turn never got released. Like it's in the vault, and they only he was about to turn heel, and then at the last second Vince pulled the plug because John Cena was like the like spokesperson of their Be a Star like anti-bullying campaign, and he
turned him heel and he fuck everything up.
And he was the the number one guy making like on the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and Vince was like, "Yeah, we're not doing it. We're gonna pull the plug on that." And
I think the Break-A-Wish Foundation now would be awesome if they had him and The Rock make that their name. The Break-A-Wish Foundation, the final boss, and John Cena.
And well, I've seen a picture.
How about that team up, dude? Did you ever see some shit?
See, now that's
the
where
final
I was like,
fucking picture, bro, is Cena with his foot on his fucking head, making him eat dirt, and he's just Peacemaker in it. This is literally him playing Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking perfect.
I saw a screenshot from Mortal Kombat 11, and it was Peacemaker and Homelander, like because you can play as them in the Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, it's like
and it was like this is going to be WrestleMania 42, or not? Yeah, 42. But yeah, I think definitely we won't see Fruity Pebble scene anymore. I don't think we'll see because like realistically, if he dresses up like the Doctor of Thugonomics, he's going to look like a 50-year-old man having a midlife crisis.
Yeah,
it won't look right. So.
And he already kind of looks like that too.
Yeah, I was about to say he looks like somebody working like a Chuck E. Cheese, he's a man at rock bottom, like working as like a mascot.
Peacemaker.
Yeah,
he done fucked up Rick Flag and he's regretting it.
I was about to say if he like low key maybe putting him in like actual wrestling gear would work.
Yeah,
for a heel turn. I'm not really I feel like that might work low key. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I guess we'll have to wait until March 18th, whenever his next.
Yeah, little son of a bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
Really doing the Brock Lesnar shit. And that's
whatever CM Punk said about his.
What you think about though is he told Cody, he said you can do whatever you want, you can show up whenever you want, dude. I don't have to. You said you just do what I say, and then you can do whatever you want other than that. And that's
that's what The Rock told him. Yeah, I mean it'll be like that was another thing because you said like Katie to the Warriors. I mean, that really was because it's The Rock.
One, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
John Cena
There's
did
no
beat The
better
Rock
comparison
for the WWE
besides
title,
you say instead of Iron Man getting the Infinity Gauntlet and killing Thanos, he instead wipes out the rest of the universe. Yeah, and just takes Thanos with him.
Or Tony, or
just beats all his people.
Or Tony Stark becoming Dr. Doom.
There you go. Yeah, perfect comparison. But I'm pretty sure we're like 40 minutes in still on wrestling.
But still, I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
Oh, it's fire. Yeah, it's been a while.
So. I was about to say, and I mean,
with that being said, the Gunther Jey Uso shit, man, I think Jay's getting his fucking belt, bro.
I don't know. I
think he's so over, and if he don't win this fucking belt, it's a waste of time.
This is really
wasted his time 6 or 7 times, and I want y'all to think about this. This motherfucker.
This is a parallel. Not only that, it's a parallel to Jeff Hardy and Triple H from 08.
Yes, and
because if you remember,
people over since the whole fucking beef with Roman when Roman.
I was about to say since 2020,
and he was
whenever
supposed
they had
to. What happened was somebody was supposed to challenge you for the belt. They got COVID, and so they
had the number one contender match, and Jay won it,
and they gave it to Jey Uso. And I don't remember if they said it was a botch or if they said somebody got hurt, so then they did next man up. Jey Uso won. And then his fucking theatrics and all of his moves and then matches, he only said I give up because he tried to hurt Jimmy. Roman tried to hurt Jimmy. Like, the dude's been putting people over forever, man.
Yeah.
He was his little fucking pit bull. And, so I think nobody deserves it more. I think he deserves it more than Cena.
Yeah.
I think he deserves it more than Cody deserved it. I think the dude's been putting people over. He's been in more storylines than anybody.
And the people that kind of hate on him saying
Gunther's going to have more title reigns.
Yeah, I was about to say Gunther's going to be – the only thing where I'm like, is because – the title reign's been so long, but at the same time, WWE's really been the only company that's ever done title reigns that go for a year plus. If you look back and they really didn't start doing it till the Attitude Era, or the Attitude Era is where they started doing short reigns. You might have it for a month.
I liked it when it was shorter, not shortest reigns, but shorter. I was looking at Batista's reigns. This motherfucker had 3 different reigns that were 4 or 5 days.
That's also because he got hurt. The reason Batista had 7, he was a 7-time champion, but I think 3 or 4 of those he had to give up after 3 months because he tear a pectoral muscle or a quad or whatever.
Poor guy.
Batista got into wrestling really old. Whenever he debuted, he was the same age as Triple H.
It's insane.
But when they were in Evolution, they were the same age.
So insane.
But
Triple H has been wrestling for 6, 7, 8 years.
He's been wrestling longer than that.
It's fucking crazy.
15 or something.
It's so wild, bro.
But I mean, Jey Uso, a lot of people like to hate on him because they're he's a super kick merchant. But like, I mean,
I think he's a phenomenal wrestler.
he's a great wrestler.
He just doesn't have any moves that pop off the screen for people, and I think it's.
Well, I think he does though, because you got the splash and the super kick, but like you overuse the super kick, it's like all right, what? It's like
the super kick's more like a fucking comeback move at this point. Than
it's like what AEW did the Canadian Destroyer. They ruined that move. And did you hear something? Nah, you might be tweaking, bro. And then like when you look at
Ryan earlier, dude, over here fucking the Mars, dude. Like I ate that Toad off Family Guy,
man.
You did Toad, bro.
I forgot about Toad,
bro.
But yeah, no, and if you sit there and think about like John Cena only has like he has the 5 moves to do.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, I mean, like the figure 4 leg lock and then a couple other moves. A lot of wrestlers really only have a few movesets. Then you have wrestlers like Dean Malenko that have a deep bag. Like, I mean, he's the man of 1,000 holds for a reason.
Dude was a luchador too.
But Jey Uso, I mean, like,
what I think it'd be cool is if you had him disappear and then brought Jey Uso back as a luchador. That would be dope. I bet if you did that, didn't tell nobody, you covered up his arm tattoos, and
that would be a tough ask though.
Nobody would knew who it was, and they watched his movesets. I bet they wouldn't complain as much.
I mean, yeah,
because I loved them when they had the face paint.
I thought it was cool for a while, and then it was like I remember talking to my dad about that. He was like, "I don't like the Usos that much," and I was like, "Why?" He said, "They're not." He's like, "They're Samoan wrestlers, but they don't wrestle like it."
No, they don't. They wrestle.
He was like,
well,
it's not even just that. He was
Hardys, but I want to say less because lesser.
And he was like, "It's not even about the wrestling style. It's like the other, like the Wild Samoans, the Samoan SWAT team, Rikishi. They were all like badasses. Like they looked like they could genuinely hurt somebody."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he was like, you know, you got the Usos in here with like bright face paint and bright colors and stuff. Yeah. He was like, they do the haka dance at like the ring, but like really they're not like their other Samoan wrestlers. Like Rikishi did the stink face and the dance and stuff, but once Rikishi got into the ring, he was like a legitimate threat to beat somebody up.
Fuck yeah, dude. He's a big.
And then once the Usos started doing the Uso Penitentiary and stuff, and they kind of looked like 3-minute warning with Umaga and Jamal and Rosie. That was like when they started getting better. But I do see Jey Uso like. It's kind of tough winning, but like Gunther also lost to Sami Zayn last year at WrestleMania, and he should have lost to Chad Gable, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but I think Gunther's going to have more reigns than.
I was about to say Gunther's going to have.
We're in a very Jeff Hardy-esque year, or Rey Mysterio-esque year. I think both of them guys that are Hall of Fame fan favorite legends didn't hold the belt very much. At least not the main ones.
Ray had his world title reign lasted at least a month or two, but they booked him like
they always had him getting taken by John Cena or fucking somebody.
When he had the world title the first time, they had him jobbing to like Mark Henry and Great Khali and stuff. And even when he
disrespect Mark Henry,
but still, like your world champion's getting squashed in non-title matches, and then when he won matches, he didn't look like he was a threat.
Yeah,
they did Ray dirty that first reign, and they did him even worse whenever he won. He lost it within an hour.
They did dirty every reign.
And then Jeff, I mean,
they had him lose it the same night he won.
That's what I'm saying.
He won it in a gauntlet match or something.
He won it. It was the final of a tournament. He beat the Miz.
Yeah,
John Cena was like, now you got to fight me for it. And then John Cena.
It wasn't even planned. He came out. It wasn't even planned.
It was a backstage segment because they were all pouring champagne on Ray, and then John Cena walks up to him and goes, "Yeah, you won't mind putting that on the line, will you?"
Yeah, and
then he lost it.
And he loses it. And you're sitting there like, huh?
Yeah, and I remember watching that when I was like 7, and I was like,
there was some pretty wild shit. And that was just for a weekly show. That's what's the craziest
that was on
part.
Raw.
That's the crazy.
That was when CM Punk came back, actually.
Yep, because there was Netflix at the time I'd stopped watching WWE, and they had a best of the last 3 years Raw segments, and that was one of them.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, let's go ahead and say, you got any more WrestleMania predictions before we move on to the fucking obvious? Just returned yesterday. The greatness is in the air.
I was about to say. Life is
it.
Better when power is on.
I think the exact same fucking thing, and I just got to say, this episode is not going to be for everybody. Not us. This is for everybody. But the Kanan episode is not going to be for everybody.
I know a lot of people that don't like Raising Kanan, and that's probably my favorite next to...
It's my favorite besides Power, besides Force.
See, when I like rank Power, I don't put OG Power in there. I always rank the spinoffs. Because like OG Power, like you're not going to be able to match that.
Yeah.
And... Yeah, I like Force.
I agree with you.
It's hard to like. I love Force, but like also
Force is the action one. Kanan's the
but like
one.
It doesn't have. Raising Kanan is definitely the most realistic of all the shows and spinoffs.
I agree, man. When Marvin popped the dude in the mail truck, I was like,
but Book 2, like Ghost, that one got kind of off the rails in the last season, especially. But that's because of the writer's strike. They had to go ahead and get it done.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raising Kanan. I mean. the thing where I think it got unrealistic was when Unique came back. But
I mean,
with them,
people can survive head trauma, but I was just like, and so
but
you
like
watched
they didn't
the first
explain.
episode,
Yeah, that's
right?
I watched the first episode, but I'm saying
so,
like if you're looking at somebody that has just watched season 4 and they're like, "What the hell? Unique just came back. I thought he's dead."
Yeah.
This was like the episode, like, "All right, hear me out. This is how it happened." And they explain it. He comes back.
Yeah.
And what I really liked about it is,
I thought it was a phenomenal episode.
It was a great episode. Like
back,
the flashback was like, that was the best part about it, was how they're explaining how everything went down.
I like how 50 explained it, because here's the thing, and I got a little rundown of it. Okay, so you got the best part about this is, man, when you come back, you forget how good the fucking opening songs are.
Yeah.
And that shit kicks on and gets you hyped. And then as soon as it starts a Unique, and it goes 3 months earlier before he gets, when he gets his head fucked up.
Yeah. All right. And okay, before we get let's just kind of like break it down. If you don't remember, you not break
are you talking about before?
So yeah, if y'all watch Power, we're talking about Power Book 2, 50 Cent Show.
Watch.
So like, it's spoilers ahead. If you want to go ahead and skip this part, that's okay. But
I'm gonna get a water too. Would you like another one?
No, I'm good. Okay. So season 4 happens.
You run them through real quick.
Yeah. Guys. So Unique's brother Ronnie gets out. This guy's a menace, absolutely insane.
Ronnie is the fucking, and let me say something before I go get a water.
I think he might be on the
Ronnie
spectrum.
is my favorite fucking Thanos level bad guy.
Yeah. So Ronnie was an Avengers level threat. He definitely had on the Black Forces back in '94, even though he didn't wear them at the entire show. But he had Black Force energy. Ronnie gets out of prison, and the entire time he's constantly asking Unique for work.
Molly.
And Unique's like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that." And so him and Unique, like, this tension's building and building and building until the point where Unique and Ronnie, they get into a fight, and Ronnie kills his brother. And you don't see Unique for the next few episodes, and Ronnie's running stuff. And Kanan's mom, Rock, him and Unique has started her and Unique has started a little thing. They were kind of messing around, and she thinks Unique's dead, and it's like, all right, whatever. And then they have a plan to kill Ronnie and the dirty cop. Like I said, if you watch the show, I don't want to get into it because I'm going to be here explaining everything forever. But Ronnie gets killed.
Go get in your bed.
Detective Howard, the dirty cop, that is also
you were doing something.
Kanan's dad.
Lay down, don't get up.
Rock's baby daddy is also dead. Then at the end of the show, you see Unique walk up over Ronnie's dead body. And it's like, all right, how did this dude survive getting beat, pole to the head multiple times and getting dumped in the forest? Well, they kind of like say, all right, this is how it happens. And like that whole first episode, the flashback of like the last 3 months. And so Early Tyler, who was I
was making it work. Make sure it worked. My bad. Sorry.
But yeah, Early Tyler is a character that had been like referenced in passing multiple times in like the first 3 or 4 seasons.
Tell me about that, because you were saying that, but I don't remember.
So I didn't really remember it either. But yeah, I was watching a video and this guy was talking about Early Tyler, and I like went back and watched it, and yeah, there were a couple of episodes where he like comes up. Unique's always talking about him, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like, now the name's ringing a bell, but like it was one of those guys, kind of like how Breeze was, how like they never put a name to a face. Yeah, and it's power. If they say somebody's name, like Rolla never had a Rolla, and Rolla showed up. That's how they did.
Yeah, Rolla was dope though. He was in like 3 episodes before they took him out.
And I was about to get off on a tangent, but like about Rolla. But anyways,
it wasn't really Rolla or something. He said I have a whole theory.
But
he's alive.
Yeah. So Early Tyler shows up. Unique calls him on the phone. Tyler comes and gets him and like puts him in a car, and he takes him to a vet. And this doctor's talking to him. He's like,
see, I didn't put together as a vet the first time. The second time I was like, wait a second. He said German Shepherd. That means he's
well, did you see all the dogs at the vet?
Yep. Yeah, I heard him. I was driving when I was.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say. So there were a bunch of dogs there. And he looks at Early, and he's like, he needs a doctor. He's like, I can't X-ray him, but he's got severe head trauma. I didn't know
if he can fucking pay me, bro. He was like, and he's like, dude, paying you is going to be the least of his.
He was like, he said payment's going to be the least.
And dudes were like this. He's like, they get head trauma like this, they don't come out the same. He's like, they don't handle shit the same. They get
that was anxiety. One thing I noticed about this whole episode was like the emphasis on like mental health and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, and something I want to say too. Okay, if we're not gonna touch on like Rock has a very powerful fucking episode this episode, and she fucking gets pregnant and she goes to the clinic, and we're just gonna say she leaves the clinic. We're gonna leave it at that. But she's obviously faced with a tough decision, and while facing this tough decision, comes right in and looks at Kanan and lets him know, no matter how much you fucking hate me, I will always love you.
And the thing is about that, I like the parallels to the other shows. So you never watched book 2, but there's a girl in there. Her name's Diana, and Tariq ends up he ends up getting her pregnant,
that
and like
son of a bitch.
And Tariq and Diana, like he was beefing with her entire family, the Tejadas, and then he's like, oh, because he was about to go kill her because she set him up because like, so she sets Tariq up and like, yeah, Tariq tried to kill our mom, and so that's why the entire family was trying to go after him, and Tariq's about to kill her. He was like, you ruined my life, and then Monet, the mom, shows up that they tried to get Tariq to kill. She's like, no, you ain't gonna kill my daughter. And he was like, why? He was like, why shouldn't I? He goes, because she's pregnant. He's like, oh, it's my kid, ain't it? And he's like, all right, never mind. And like decides not to. But like that's kind of like
same thing.
Rock and Unique were trying to kill each other for years, and then she just got pregnant.
And that's the thing about this episode.
And then like
what
really
she pushed all them angles too, because I forgot about all the different angles. The fact that they were beefing, they started fucking, and I never even thought about for a second while they were fucking. I never once thought about her getting pregnant.
Yeah,
not one time. And
that's the thing. Like, and then when it happened with Tariq, you didn't really think like with Tariq and Diana, you didn't think about it.
Yeah, I was like,
and then when you brought that up about how she said when she was talking to Kanan and she was like, no matter how much you hate me, I'll never stop loving you.
Yeah,
that kind of reminded me of Ghost and Tariq.
Yep.
How like Ghost was like, I'll never stop loving you, or like he's like, I'm never gonna stop wanting better for you.
Yep.
And then I mean, you saw how that turned out.
Yeah, he's like, you can hate me all you want, but. Yeah, and then the other thing that there was a lot of things I loved about this episode, obviously, but I loved that they were really like, I don't want to say filling in loose ends, but they were throwing in new shit, man. So obviously, Early Tyler was cool. And before we just get like we don't got to do a quick rundown for it. Obviously, we just talk about it, but fucking Early Tyler was cool to see. You know, it was cool to see Jukebox reconnecting with Nicole's dad. That was really
that was cool. And then
and also
Famous was actually in the episode.
Yeah,
and he's been out of like the promos and stuff. The actor that plays Famous
show his face. I don't think did.
Yeah, it did. It showed him a little bit because he was performing or whatever. And that's the thing. Again, he's in jail right now.
Obviously. Oh, the grandpa, dude. The whole grandpa aspect to me, I thought was fucking phenomenal writing. Okay, because. And in the midst of all this shit, I watched this because it's a fucking show about, fucking gangs. But in the midst of this, it's got the human element in it where you forget Kanan's a fucking kid.
That's what
And all of these people are fucking, he's just killed Ronnie, who in my opinion is probably the fucking most monstrous power character given Tommy. Him versus Tommy would have been insane.
You were doubting grown Kanan too.
Huh? No, I wasn't doubting grown.
I was about to say, like adult Kanan is probably the biggest.
He's a different tier entirely, but I'm saying Tommy's like right under there.
Yeah,
Kanan's fucking took out 5 cops as he was dying.
Man, I watched that show. I watched that episode all the time. And then another guy, like this is why. So
he looks at Tariq and he could end him, and he just goes, "I can't believe you," and just fucking.
That's because he had a soft spot for Tariq.
No shit, he hated Ghost just like him.
And well, I think he like it. Also, Kanan saw a lot of Tariq in him too.
Oh yeah, of course.
And but yeah, like that's not like another reason you need to watch Ghost.
I'm gonna check out Ghost.
Kane is one of the funniest.
We're gonna get Will on here soon because he's been telling me to watch Ghost.
Kane is basically a Black Tommy.
Oh, Kanan?
No, Kane.
Oh, Kane. Okay.
His name is Kane. He's one of the characters in Ghost. He is funny as hell.
I got you.
And
fucking
the guy that plays Kane, Woody McClain, he kind of took the same approach to playing Tommy that Joseph Sikora did, where they were like, if I'm just playing Tommy and he's just this dude that kills people.
I believe that he can do it because, they fucking took Teddy from Good Luck Charlie and makes Vince halfway believable. So
yeah. And like, well, because this the dude that plays Kane, his name's Woody McClain. He played Bobby Brown in like a movie and like a biopic about him.
Okay.
And when he was like, well, if I'm just playing like Kane and you're giving me the character description, it's gonna be a boring character because all I'm doing is killing people.
Right.
He had to add humor to it, just like Joseph Sikora did with Tommy.
Yeah.
That's why Tommy's such a good character because he's funny as hell.
Tommy's funny as fuck, bro. He really acts like a white dude from the hood. Like that's the most like being here in Louisville, you run into them fucking everywhere, and it's like the most authentic iteration of it that I've seen, at least for a New York standpoint. I've never seen somebody play a Louisville white guy on TV. And I don't know how that would turn out, but for what I would imagine a New York white guy.
I was about to say he does pretty well.
He does phenomenal.
And then I was pretty well.
But he also has other roles, like he played a fucking pregnant man on Grey's Anatomy. It's really happened. He also played in Prison Break as a recovering heroin addict.
When you look at a lot of the characters in like a lot of the actors in Power, like Patina Miller, the girl that plays Rock. Before she did this, she played like
she's a great actress.
She did like Disney princess and like queen, like princess
stuff. Wild.
She was in like a show that was about like fairy tales and stuff, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And she was also in the Hunger Games. she was in like Mockingjay Part 2, and she ended up becoming like after the rebellion happened, she becomes the president of like the entire country.
Damn. Oh yeah, I ended up seeing. I was watching Hunger Games not too long ago.
Yeah, Commander Paler.
I meant to tell you about that.
Yeah,
Forgot all about that.
I peeped that like one of the last times I watched Mockingjay Part 2.
Marvin is in the show.
He's in Ballers.
Ballers.
With The Rock.
With The Rock. Yeah.
The kid that plays young Kanan, Mekhi Curtis.
Okay, and let's get back to that too, because this episode not only let me say the grandpa thing real quick too.
That was like one of the dopest parts is like because you expand on Kanan's like family.
Oh yeah,
when you learn about his grandpa Elijah,
and I felt like each person he asked was embodying like the things they were saying about the grandpa. Like when the grandpa,
like Marvin was like angry, and he had Marvin was like,
and he's talking about how he's knocking motherfuckers out. He's like his muscles felt like my muscles. Do you understand what that, bro? Watching my dad knock out fucking somebody when I was a kid was both scary and crazy. It was like, yo. Yeah. And I'm sure you fucking probably have seen that once or twice. And I'm sure you're probably thinking about those big beefy.
I was about to,
fucking,
But yeah, like, and then like when you get to Lou, and Lou is at a very bad point in his life. At that
Lou, who we just watched last season, almost unalive himself, and he's fighting them demons.
I was about to say, because he just
find out his dad did in fact unalive himself. And then it puts a whole new layer of depth to somebody you were probably just calling a soft bass bitch last season because he drank himself.
That's why I like Lou, because it showed when like with Lou, it showed like the reality to the life they live,
bro. Like it just was a fucking insane show. I never have seen insane episode. I've never seen a fucking episode come back that hard.
I was about to say the only
almost like emotional, man. And then
some of the deepest episodes in that show, I don't think it like the episode where Raina gets killed, that was sad.
God, dude.
The episode where
I know, I know.
The episode where the kid that Diamond was teaching how to box.
Dude, stop talking, bro.
That was so sad. Like that was
press me, bro.
And then, but like that, like this episode, that was up there, like because it really hit, and like when it showed. Because like, I feel like Lou was kind of like the biggest one where it's like you realize the impact of like how like the life they live can like.
And Lou also got the music aspect of the grandpa as well. That's something that I think that I took the second time because I watched it and then immediately restarted and watched it the second time.
Yeah, and then like with Rock, I mean, obviously Kanan was like, "I'm not going to her" or whatever.
And then her aspect of it,
like, she was like, I was his favorite or whatever.
So I don't even remember what she said about the grandpa. That's what's fucked up. I remember everything the other two said.
She just said, she was like, are you sure you don't want to ask me about it? Because like she called the school and then she was like, are you sure you don't want to ask me about your grandpa? She said, grandpa. You know I was his favorite and that was it.
Yeah.
And Kanan was just like, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's okay, there you go.
And then like the grandma gave a perspective where she was like, I choose to remember him like
in the best way.
Yeah, even though she was like, a lot of people say he didn't like me or whatever.
Yeah,
in which that could be something you can get into. Like
that whole thing was insane, bro.
And then when you like, I didn't because I think if you go back in the earlier season, Rock goes to her mom and they talk and they kind of like talk about the dad a little bit.
Yeah,
but it kind of gives like. That's where I'm kind of like I like shows like this where it's a prequel, like with Raising Kanan, because you can give like these characters more background.
It's hard, except for the fact that we know Unique's if he's Breeze, he's gonna get smoked. That's the only thing that pisses me off, bro. Because then I just really wish they would have kept Ronnie alive.
Man, and like so,
Ronnie is the ultimate bad guy, bro.
Man, then when that like,
and also I want to talk about this aspect of Marvin fucking with the mob boss now. I love that. I think that is awesome that he got an IOU from the dude.
I was about to say because Stefano said I got a
Stefano's name. Stefano.
Because he said
ubiquitous in the flesh.
I don't remember what he actually what like his exact words were, but he was like he's I owe you one. A
friend in need is a friend indeed, my brother. And
then and well he said because he was like I owe you one, and like
so it's
he was
a very
like
valuable thing or something. Yeah.
I was so like Marvin might get into it with a bunch of mob bosses. That'll be cool. Because, I mean, obviously it's New York.
I also thought it was cool how he handled that whole situation. He went up to all three of them. They fucking was racist to him, and then he came back, caught him with his own hockey stick.
Yeah.
Making fun of hockey before he did it.
And I wonder...
The fucking little piece of shit. I'm so tired of him.
I wonder, like... So, we've seen, like, the mob before in Power, like, with the Teresis. I wonder if they'll show up. Because Teresi ended up doing time.
Oh, Tommy's dad would be cool. Yeah.
Because, like I said, that's another thing. So Tommy and Ghost might be showing up at some point. Well, the Flynns are in Chicago
though. No, not Walter Flynn. Victor from New York, bro.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
Tommy's beat in with his gold chrome.
You mean
pistol.
Vince? His name was Vince.
No, Victor from Original Power, bro.
Oh.
Last season, Tommy took the gold deagle and beat his face in.
I thought his name was Vince.
No, Victor.
Or no, Vince was the guy that was...
Vince is in Power, or Book 4. Vince is the one that was with Gloria.
That's Vic.
It's fucking...
Vincent was the guy that was... He was getting work from Tariq. I think that
might be right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was... Let me see. We'll do them both. Victor Power.
Yeah, Vic Flynn was Spencer from Good Luck Charlie.
Oh, fuck. Victor Power is a business.
But that's another thing.
Oh, you're right. So hold on. What did you say his name was? Vincent?
It was Vincent. He kind of had the slick back hair, like kind of facial stubble.
Oh, you're correct.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Damn, Gus is better than me.
But yeah, like that's another because Power Origins is supposed to be coming out in the next couple of years. And Tommy's already had an Easter egg in Raising Kanan because they're like walking past something and there's like graffiti on the wall and it's Tommy's name.
That's dope.
And at that point, I think him and Ghost are like 12 and 13. And if they're like going like as the years go on, like as the show's being released, like they're like time is progressing.
Yeah.
I think the show started in 92. It should be 96 now. So Ghost and Tommy realistically could show up in this season or in the next 2 seasons. And if that's the case, the Teresis would probably be around there because that's when Tony Teresi would have gotten locked up.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see just anything relating, bro. They cannot.
But they're getting their own show, though.
If he is Breeze, they cannot take out Breeze without showing Ghost and Tommy because Ghost was the one who took him out without Tommy or Kanan's help.
I was about to say,
So that's where if they fuck that up, I will never forget them because it's the one connection we need. That's the only connection we need to see, and you can do whatever else, but we need to see it.
And that's the thing where I like with Power because like everybody's wondering who the hell is Breeze, and like with Raising Kanan, they can kind of do whatever they want.
Yep.
And maybe
they can make it one of the fucking mob guys. They
maybe
can make
Unique
it
is Breeze.
Stefano. You ever think about that? What if it's Stefano?
I don't know about
what
Stefano.
About that? What about that?
It could be
think about all the shit he says, bro.
Yeah, or maybe it couldn't be Early Tyler.
It could be.
It could be D Wiz's brother.
Could be.
Because he was in like promo pictures and stuff, and like they kind of, I don't think he had a name, but everybody's
another
like,
thing too, bro. Go ahead, what you were saying.
But like nobody knew who, because it's a new character, and everybody's out, they don't know who this dude is. It might be D Wiz's brother. I think they said he was like
Early Tyler looks a little bit like D Wiz. That's what I was noticing earlier. But so something else I noticed is gold digging fucking famous sister.
Oh, Jess.
Back. Yeah, I'm tired of that hoe already. And
Lou she came back. So I was about to say, and she came back when Lou was like,
she said, I'll always come back and see you. He said, maybe next time don't.
He said, yeah, that'd be cool. Or maybe don't.
Or maybe don't.
Like Lou was one of my favorite characters, and I hate it because I feel like he's gonna end up dead. I think him and I hope Marvin doesn't die.
I think
those
Marvin.
two characters,
you gotta remember when they ended the last season, they were targeting Marvin. All right, and they did not back off. I don't know if they're gonna back off with the Omar Epps character. I can't remember Kanan's dad's name.
Howard's dead.
Yeah, I know. But they're not going to back off.
Oh, yeah, because
they're targeting him and he ends up dead when they're targeting these people. They're not going to back off.
Yeah, well, like, because remember the lawyer told her, she was like, if you and your people keep your side of the street squeaky clean, you'll be in the clear. Yeah. And they just kill a cop.
But that was 3 months before.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Howard was still alive at that time. Yeah. So that was a different
And they just killed a cop. So that could be
exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, and that was something that I didn't like about this episode. Was at times it was hard to differentiate. Are we still at 3 months ago, or is this after Howard?
That's where I was kind of like, all right, and then it showed Kanan like walking up to him asking him about his grandparents.
Exactly,
and he's like,
and that's where I made the correlation. I was like, Howard's still alive. I was like, so that had to have been where Francesca died.
Yeah,
that had to have been what that was. Or Ronnie was still alive because he died when Howard died, and so that's what I was putting together today. Is Howard was still alive at that point in time?
Yeah. And then
that's something to think about.
And then, Unique, the way he's talking,
was pursuing Marvin at that time.
Yeah, because they said they didn't have anything on Rock.
The dude that he was doing the friendship thing with, who
the one that OD'd, and then he ended up killing him. Or no,
Marvin didn't kill him. He just OD'd.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He had done the thing, and then one of his daughters drowned.
Yeah, he got high, and then his daughters drowned in the tub.
Yeah, and then he had. I think Marvin told him about himself when he confessed what he was doing to the FBI, or to him with the FBI.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then he went home and basically.
I forgot all about that because he was working with the Feds.
Yep.
And then
he's in Jay, they were giving him stuff. And that's the thing is this show just keeps hitting you with more and more death, and all this death they hit you with, and this is all because of Kanan having to write a fucking paper.
Yeah,
it's
If you sit there and think about it,
that's really pretty fucking good, man. They're like, oh man, let's give him a fucking Tuesday after school special activity. Let's make him write about his grandpa he's never met.
And that's another thing. They were like, if you don't
People call wrestling the male soap opera. No, it's fucking Power. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Power, Snowfall, Sons of Anarchy. If you watch, I haven't watched that yet. That's something I need to.
I can't watch it. The ending got ruined for me.
Yeah,
it's the saddest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, well, like that's the thing with Snowfall. Like I got it ruined for me too, because like TikTok and stuff. Yeah. And then, but like I was like, I gotta see it. I've got to see it. Sons of
Anarchy, the way it ends is fucked.
I already know how it ends too. Like I know how Sons of Anarchy ends too, but like, man, like when you sit there and look, like,
and then I read all the comments like a dumbass, ruin it for myself even more.
Because like that's what I saw. Because there was like a picture, like it was like what had the worst ending, Power or Snowfall, and they were like, Power was kind of predictable. Snowfall was traumatizing.
Have you ever seen the movie Alpha Dog?
Nah,
dude. So look, there's this trend going around TikTok. It's like, what's a fucking horror movie that stuck with you? And it's like, oh, not a horror movie, but how about like they'll say this scene in a movie that was fucked up. This movie Alpha Dog was based on like a real crime that happened. They kidnapped this dude's little brother, but they were cool with the dude's brother, so the dude doesn't know he's being kidnapped.
Yeah,
and they tell his brother, "You got to this amount of time to go. This is dead, or we're gonna fucking kill him." And he wasn't really planning on it, but they take him to parties and shit, getting drunk, and they realize halfway through the charges for kidnapping him are going to be worse than the charges for murdering him. And one of these dudes was his boys. And they take him up to the mountains of somewhere and kill him with a Uzi and bury him.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
That's
and
sick,
Justin
man.
Timberlake's in this shit, bro. And the trend says, I don't know, probably when Zach realized he wasn't going home. And they walk him up into the mountains. It's the most brutal shit ever.
Yeah.
And shit like that. I'm like, cuz. And that's a true story that really happened. It happened in real life.
Yeah, some of those, like Queen of Slim, the ending of that one.
Like,
that sucked.
Like the Paid in Full story is fucked up. Like, there's a lot of shit that's terrible, man. What I was getting at the whole start of this whole conversation is they were talking about this horror movie right here is my personal pick, and it's the dude from Sons of Anarchy at the end. He's got cops behind him.
Yeah, and he goes
semi in front of him, and he just closes his eyes and just does like this.
Yeah, and he goes out the way
Soprano style. Yeah, just Soprano. And then he starts, he lost Opie, and then I watch Opie get smoked, and fuck you if I ruined it for you. I
was about to say, it's been like 10 years since that show
I haven't seen it, and they got Mayans now, so I'm probably going to start it. It's fucking, it's got to happen now. I got to do it. But it was, and so there's a lot of shit I got to start, but I'm also, Vikings is fucking crazy too, bro. Vikings is a good ass show. But with that being said, so we were on Power. I think we basically, for the most part, covered anything that was like
that's
significant. I mean,
one thing
besides the fact that we didn't cover the fact that early Tyler in Neek's situation is a prime example of having the wrong motherfucker around you can fuck everything up.
Yeah.
Early Tyler is so fucking negative and wrong for this situation. He's clearly only here for the money, that he is fueling Neek's dumbass rage. So that bro fell out and he goes,
and your dumbass want to drive one of my car?
Motherfucker want to drive my car. Can't even get across my goddamn kitchen.
The funniest part about that though was when he was like, or not the funny, but like when
he comes back and
when he finally looked at Unique and was like, he said, "You got a superpower." He said, "You are invisible right now. Yep. Nobody knows." He's like, "Everybody thinks you're dead." He said, "As soon as you go out here, tell people you're alive. That's gone." He said, "You can do more damage now than you could if you go out here and tell people you're back."
And then the thing is, he's like, and you now can figure out who put Ronnie up to it. Your brother wouldn't just snake you like that. Bro, that motherfucker was a demon.
Yeah,
he's a demon. And then he comes back.
Unique's jumping to the conclusions. He's like, I wouldn't jump to conclusions.
And they said because of the brain trauma, they kept emphasizing that he was going to do this. And when he comes back and he's like, well, Rock kind of took over your Chinese restaurant. She's working with Stefano. Ronnie's
working with Juliana.
Ronnie's working with Kanan is what he said. He didn't even say Juliana yet. Neek found that out himself.
Yeah, because he pulled up on Ronnie.
Because Ronnie didn't start working with Francesca until after he started working with Kanan. And so he was, and Neek is now connecting all the dots. And then Tyler, instead of going, nah, you're tripping, he goes, well, you kind of jump into conclusions, but it could be true. And then Neek's like, the hardest line of the episode, he goes, that bitch thinks I'm dead. I ain't never been more fucking alive. And I was like, cuz. And now we know exactly what's going to happen. He's going to pretend that they manipulated Ronnie and then smoked him. And it's going to be a whole fucking Neek versus Rock shit. It's going to feed generations like a heel. Neek's heel turn. Shit, he's about to happen. But no, he was not a heel last season. Get the fuck out of here. He was a face.
when he started messing with Rock.
Yes, bro.
I was about to say.
Shut up. You know it's
me
true.
and my friends.
I don't know fucking gay shit.
I was watching this. I was watching the show with my homie like last year.
He bagged one of the fucking the main characters, dude, and it's Kanan's mom.
I was about to say I would absolutely run away with Patina Miller or Raquel Thomas. Absolutely.
I'm not answering.
I would do anything that woman told me to.
Not answering.
But anyway,
not answering.
I was watching Brazen Kanan with one of my friends last year. And like Unique was like, we were like, why is he not dead yet? Because it was like he would get into like the most obscure like situations where it's like, oh, he's done.
Yeah, like a 5-on-1 fucking fight.
And yeah, the fight in prison. That's what we're sitting there watching. We were like, why is he?
And he's fucking the size of Javon Evans. And I'm like, what are you doing?
We were like, Unique's a 99 overall.
But yeah,
like,
for real.
And then I was telling him, I was like, bro, Unique's dead. And he was like, no way.
Yeah,
and then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, bro, Unique's alive. And he said, are you serious?
Dude, it was fucking 6 weeks later.
Yeah. Or
6 weeks later.
And then, but yeah, I mean, this shit, like,
let's just end it on this with Power because we got to touch on something else.
BMF.
Well, not just that. You want to talk about March Madness? We started with.
I mean, we could. Yeah.
Well, we don't have to. But what I will say, the thing that I liked about this episode, and they nailed it from this very beginning and the very end. They just did exactly what they came to do. They said, "You saw what we wanted you to see, but there's a different There's a different way things could be seen." And then they fucking run through all these events in the way that we're seeing how Neek portrays them. And then you realize, he's like, see, now that you see it this way, you realize how shit's going to be and how shit could have been. And there's where the fuck he said, I'm butchering the fuck out of it. But it was some fucking hood fucking justice poetic fucking bar. And it was awesome. And
one thing about that episode,
it was just phenomenal.
The craziest part about that was whenever Unique's like, you got to get, and then early Tyler hands him the gun. I was like,
and then
this doctor.
I thought he was pointing at Tyler. I was like,
I thought Early was gonna get smoked.
I thought he was too,
because I was like, why are you handing the mentally unstable dude multiple skull fractures?
Like, what are you doing?
He's got CTE. Like this is Antonio Brown. You're doing.
Did you? Oh yeah, you seen Antonio Brown? Yeah, we could talk a little bit about that, bro.
I didn't even watch it, but I saw
it wasn't fucking clip farming or nothing. Antonio Brown got on there and has a real conversation with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan looks phenomenal, by the way. I just farted. I'm going to clip that. Let's just say it again. Joe Rogan looks phenomenal, by the way.
So Antonio Brown, like,
he showed up. He showed up with an army suit on and a fucking army helmet and a fucking chain that has a flame on it. Yes, and then Joe Rogan just asked him because Joe Rogan
like Tropic Thunder.
Yes, and they And so Joe Rogan just asked him. He's like, "So you're fucking hilarious, bro." He's like, "Where you get this shit from?" He's like, "I just like to make people laugh." He's like, "Well, I'm very happy to be Cracker of the Year, man." He was that shit is awesome.
See, he said he just likes to make people laugh. No, you got that from fucking Vontez Burfict. 2017.
But the thing with Antonio Brown that I don't know what's going on with him is his eyes look glassed over all the time, and I don't know what that's about. And I don't know if it's the same thing, if it's his contact lenses, but the dude had a perfectly coherent conversation on there.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it was, and you know me, I watch every episode of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Well, obviously, that's another thing when you have like.
And they got along like how me and you would get along. That's the thing that I thought was wild. I was like, what are they doing hanging out together?
Yeah.
Like, he just had fucking somebody from Wu-Tang on there, but he's obsessed with Wu-Tang, so I could understand that. But I was like, Antonio Brown?
It wasn't Method Man, was it?
I can't remember his name.
Method Man's a power.
I have to look it up. There's like fucking 10
That's another reason you got to watch Book 2, because Method Man's a lawyer in Book 2.
Oh, well, I mean,
he's basically Johnny Cochran.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dead. He's the greatest lawyer. He's better. I'll tell you right now. Davis McLean is better than Proctor. He is better than Proctor.
He's Johnny Cochran.
He is a better lawyer than Proctor.
Well, that's fucking bold. Rest in peace to Proctor.
I was about to say R.P. Proctor, but
Rest in peace to Proctor.
But yeah, I mean, that's not like after that episode ended. Like, we can move on from Power after this.
Speaking of Antonio Brown, didn't you say something about him and Blasian were collabing or something?
No, it was a screen. So Antonio Brown DM'd Blasian, was like, "I like what you're doing," and Blasian posted the DM on a story, and I was like, "This does not need to happen." I was like, "This would be the funniest," or not. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Well, while you're finding that, I've got our newest entry into the sick clinic before we wrap up this episode. And I think this week it kind of has to go to Steve Smith.
Oh my God, that was
Steve Smith is just for those who do not know, Steve Smith has been railing. What is she, a janitor or
I don't know what her profession is.
She works in the Ravens organization somewhere.
He's been messing around with some dude's wife.
Working on him.
Yeah. And like somebody got the screenshots between the two of them and like posted them, and then this guy, or I think it was the husband,
boyfriend, husband, whatever.
Yeah, it was a husband. So he then calls Steve Smith and was like, "Hey, yo, Steve, is this Steve Smith?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You've been messing with my wife." He was like, "Why?" What do you got to say for yourself? Messing with a married woman, cheating, like making her or cheating on her or whatever. And then Steve doesn't say anything for a good like 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
Sorry, bro.
He just doesn't say anything. And then the dude keeps going, "What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say for yourself? Why would you do something like that?" And Steve Smith just goes, "I'm sorry."
But then you said there was another point of view where it was Steve Smith's end and they were laughing at the dude.
Somebody commented on the like, and they were like, because he like took a long pause and you couldn't hear anything on his end.
Yeah, he muted that
and
shit.
They were like
laughing.
Like somebody said, you know damn well he muted it and just started laughing like, the entire time.
About this guy. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, and that shit was. And then I guess another person you could add to the sick clinic is Demetrius Flannery Jr. So, or Big Meech and Little Meech for that measure. So for those of y'all who don't know, BMF 50 Cent, he made BMF also. He basically put Little Meech on, sent him to acting school and everything to get like.
He even ended up in Euphoria. He's not just in BMF.
Yeah, and he made a lot of money, $5 million off of 3 seasons of BMF.
Man, I wish.
And Big Meech has just gotten out recently, and he posted a pic.
He's out of prison.
Yeah, he's out. And he posted a picture posted up with Rick Ross. And that's 50's op.
I don't like that combo.
Yeah. So he posts this picture with Rick Ross, and 50 Cent gets word of it, and then 50's been trolling him for the last like 2 or 3 weeks. And Michael Rainey Jr., the dude that plays Tariq on Power, he just won like a NAACP like best like black actor award.
About that, yeah.
It was he won this award, and somebody commented on like his TikTok because he made a TikTok with the award. And somebody was like, "Man, Mike, why didn't you take Lil Meech under your wing or whatever?" He said, and show him how to live." And Michael Rainey replied to the comment and said, "I tried to. He tried to little bro me, and I wasn't about that."
Damn, that's on butt.
Then it comes out he has.
So that started everything?
No, what started everything was Big Meech posting with Rick Ross, and because 50 and Rick Ross had beef,
yeah,
and he put lyrics from like Rick Ross's song talking about BMF. And 50 was like, "Oh shit! He's like, I just put your son on. I just helped you get out of prison.
And that's how you do me."
And then,
but it's because of Terry, though, isn't it? Because of how Terry's writing the show. Don't he have a problem with how Terry's writing the show?
I don't know.
Terry gets all the producer credits too.
I don't know how
you watch it, bro.
Yeah,
Terry Flannery.
I don't know where Terry comes into it. I think the issue is just with Big Meech.
Somebody told me that Big Meech didn't like the show because it was from Terry's point of view, and that he didn't think a lot of the shit they were putting on there was from his point of view, and he wanted his point of view on some of it. They didn't. They picked the fucking worst time to cancel it because they cooked that last season.
Well, I think they just finished
Miami Killers.
I think they just finished season 4.
Well, they better release that if they're gonna fucking.
But here's the kicker: Big Meech was doing his like first day out like tour, and he's gonna he had like Lil Baby.
They can run into Josh Block. Did you run into Josh Block?
No, I didn't go down. I didn't end up doing it.
Fucking pussy.
But let me see if I can
fucking did it. I knew you weren't gonna do it. I talked you at it. I was like, buddy, that's like a good 2 hours here, 2 hours back.
Yeah, it's the Big Meech Welcome Back tour. He had like Lil Baby, Rick Ross, and a few other people scheduled for it, and he ended up canceling it.
That's wild.
Okay, so here was the lineup: Rick Ross, Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak, 42 Doug, ESTG, Moneybagg Yo, Bossman D-Lo, and more.
Wow.
And then he posts a flyer and it just says canceled across it. 50 screenshots it and posts it, and then starts trolling and shit.
Really?
So 50's been trolling him for weeks now.
I mean, he's the best troll ever.
I was about to say when
Floyd Mayweather. Who else did he get?
When 50 started trolling, it was raps.
Who else did he get, bro? He's trolled everybody. Fucking Conor McGregor. I don't know if it's true or not, but he claims to have paid McGregor's bill after he threw that fucking dolly through the bus.
Yeah.
And then was like, "I'm going to get him to fight for me next." And then McGregor is like, "You dumb fuck. You paid it. I don't do shit for you." I don't know if it's true, but that's what somebody said. And
then there was another thing about the whole BMF stuff. Lil Meech. So, I said he made $5 million off of this show. He's broke.
What the fuck was that? What you look at?
He spent $5 million in 3 years. Oh, ain't nothing back here. I don't know what else.
You was like,
but yeah, like this has been
don't have nothing.
This has been going around on TikTok. They're like, yeah, Lil Meech is broke after 3 years on BMF. Because there were videos of like people talking about him. They were like celebrities or guys that like knew Lil Meech, and they're like, he's broke.
That's wild.
And they're like, that's what happens when you spend $10,000 on Chrome Heart jeans all the time.
Really though, bro? Like it's silly, dude.
Because then, well, like
they some Wranglers. I'll call it a day.
And then like they posted, some TikTok made a video, and it was somebody made a TikTok a little meech, and it was like, how to go broke in 3 years. Oh dang it! And it was just pictures of all his fits, and he had like Chrome Heart V-Lone and stuff on.
Damn.
They're like, spending all this money on designer shit, you're gonna broke that.
I think he's 21 Savage and shit.
But yeah, basically. 50 was like, your son's basically, or he didn't say this, but this is basically the gist of it. He's like, basically, I was more of a dad to your son than I was, or than you were. Put him in acting school.
Well, that's
he like this weren't his work. This is how I'm like interpreting.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he was like, I was a father figure to your kid. Put him through acting school.
You're gonna do me like
put him
that.
on. Get all this money, and then you're gonna get out of jail and post him off.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And so, I hate it though, because BMF was actually a good show. Like I liked it.
I like BMF as well.
I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did.
I don't like it as much as Power, but I don't like anything as much as Power when it comes to that.
I don't know. Snowfall's
never convinced me anything's better than Power. Just as fire. But with that being said, man, I know you said there's a lot going on in anime. Before we close this out, is there anything you want to talk about?
I mean, just Daima being like
Daima Super Saiyan 4 we have not talked about, and that's fucking absolutely insane.
We also didn't talk about Vegeta being a freak.
And he was
fighting the
they
so
said,
the guy goes
if you
giant.
don't do this, you'll never be able to take a bath with me again.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
he was fighting the demon. He was fighting the guy in the demon realm, and then he was Super Saiyan 3. You know how Super Saiyan 3 drained you or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes back to base form, and he's still trying to fight. And Bulma's like, Vegeta, get down here right now. He's like, no, I'm not letting Kakarot have this again. And then she goes, Vegeta, if you don't get down here right now, you'll never take a bath with me ever again. He immediately flies down and goes, cheers, Kakarot.
Yeah, cheers, Kakarot. That's funny as fuck.
But like, with Daima, because like
I thought Super Saiyan 4 looked good.
Yeah.
Did it ever? I didn't finish the last episode. Did it ever show him in adult form?
Yeah, he turned like they become adults again.
That's they
all did. And then he goes and then because Vegeta was Super Saiyan 3.
The thing I heard that people are upset is they said they didn't like the fact that he was like, oh, I could have been did that.
I need to watch. Yeah,
they said that they asked him about it. He's like, oh, I could have been doing that the whole time. Then, like, just exactly like Super Saiyan 3. And basically saying that he's had this entire time in all of Super and has not used it, which is cool.
Or well, up to this point. Or that's
what I'm saying. Yeah,
because
this is before Super.
Yeah, it was before. But
this is before.
I was sitting there thinking about that because I was like,
and
wait
that's
a minute,
why people are upset. They're like, so you had us watch this.
Because this was post Boo arc,
time, and you're going to tell us he had it the whole time, and your explanation for him having it the whole time.
And so this also means he could have went Super Saiyan 4 against Beerus.
Yeah, and that's what they're getting at. Is they're saying so your reasoning is they're saying he had this form the whole time, and your reasoning of how he got it was just because. And then not only that, when you ask why he didn't use it, you go, no, just because.
And then he could have. You need.
He didn't attempt
in GT. You needed Super Saiyan 4
you needed to use it against Beerus is the problem.
Yeah. You know? Well, that's also because and
it's clearly stronger than Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah. Well, like the problem with that they made Battle of Gods 12 years ago now. And
it was 2014. I looked it up the other day.
It was 2013. I think it released in 14 in the States. It released in Japan in 2013.
Whatever it was.
But still, it was like 11 years. Like it was over a decade ago.
Whatever it was on Google is 2014.
So yeah, they released it over a decade ago now. And like, if you look back at Dragon Ball throughout its history, it's full of retcons. Like, I mean, how many times did they rework the Dragon Balls?
Yeah.
Like,
well, they didn't rework them, so to say. But it's always been said. And once they got to Namek, that the Dragon Balls from Namek were different. And they also said in that time that based on the Namekian that makes the Dragon Balls, they can make the rules.
But still, they had to they made an entire new set of Dragon Balls.
With the Orange Piccolo? Oh, you're talking about GT?
No, I'm talking about like in Dragon Ball. Like, so Dragon Ball, they had that first set. And then Z comes out. Yeah. And they're like, oh, we can't bring Tien and Yamcha back anymore because they've already been wished back once in Dragon Ball.
Those are the Namekian.
And they're like, wait a minute. But no, they created an entire new version of
Dende.
Yeah, and then they made Purunga.
But
they made a whole new dragon.
The roots to explain that in Namek's saga is what I'm saying. Because they had, what's his name, Mori, the really old Namekian guru, not the one that gives their powers, but he straight up said, he was like, we can make the Dragon Balls, but there can only be one person on the planet that can make them, and it's how they make the rules of however they make it. So Guru made the ones on Namek.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Toriyama was like, we just killed these people off. And they're like, oh, we can't bring them back.
Yeah. And
so, like, oh, let's make new Dragon Balls to bring them back. That's what I'm saying.
You're saying the retcon in terms of bringing everybody back. Oh, okay.
So, like, because, like, they made, like, how many times have the Dragon Balls been changed to bring more people back?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're like, oh, Krillin can come back
again. Necessarily retcon in this with Dende's case, though. Because Dende, I think, was they realized in itself with the Namekian Dragon Balls and what they said in there, they were probably, oh, you know what, with this? We can take a whole nother Guardian because we got rid of fucking Piccolo or Kami, and that kind of leaves a loophole. Which I guess they didn't really have to get rid of the Dragon Balls. I guess technically they did because Kami's the one that made it.
Yeah, that's another thing because
but I liked it.
But if Piccolo would have died, Kami would have died too, and the Dragon Balls would have been gone. So they needed a new Guardian. But I mean, Daima was good, and that's another thing.
It did retcon him. You're right, it did.
I was very impressed, and GT obviously that's not canon anymore, but
how is it not now? I mean, fuck.
Well, the entire GT story, that's the Black Star balls and all that. Obviously, Super Saiyan 4 is canon. But I
guess Piccolo ended up in hell forever. It'd be terrible
when they brought the Black Star balls in and Goku turns into a kid. They
could never give bro a happy ending.
And they were like, "Oh, Goku's not he's a kid form. Super Saiyan 3 is not going to work."
Yeah,
and then
they're just like, "No,
they were like, "Oh wait, what happened to your tail?" They're like, "You turned into a kid." And they pull his tail out of his ass. That sounds so bad.
I'm gonna just clip farm that. He pulls his tail out of his ass.
But still, they did. And
that's facts, though.
But yeah, there was a lot of retcons there, and I mean, it doesn't hurt it. And I mean, obviously, it's so you're saying Goku could have gone Super Saiyan 4 the whole time, and it would have been cool to see.
That's what people have said. Is I don't really care. I knew it was gonna be something like that because they couldn't fucking market it like that without having something big at the end. My thing is, I'm tired of these characters not looking sophisticated, except for Broly. Broly was fine. I just couldn't stand the power scaling. He fucked up both their God forms, and I get it because it was later.
Or what's even worse, if you want to look at power scaling, post superhero, Gohan is top 3 in
Piccolo's
the show.
top 5.
Piccolo's top 5. Broly's number 1, I think.
How is Broly still 1?
I don't remember.
I guess because he kept up with him.
Well, it's also his potential is untapped, and he was burnt and he's training with him.
But with that being said, with Gohan hitting Beast Gohan, isn't that we don't know the capability of that? I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
He took out all the Cell Max.
But then
by
again,
the way, fucking Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, fucking Cell Max is around here somewhere, right there.
Yeah.
Fucking Gohan in the cape, other Gohan in the cape somewhere. Fucking, I got a problem, and it's awesome. But yeah, dude, he was his shit's untapped as well, bro.
Oh, well, and then in the manga, because they're on hiatus now, but there was in the manga, Broly and Beast Gohan fight at Beerus's place.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do a lot. They do a lot of sparring matches in the. That's where I'm pissed. I need to keep up with the manga and stuff because it's also what we talked about with Khalil
as well.
If you're reading manga, you think
it's so hard though to keep up with Power, WWE, UFC, NFL, fucking manga, and the anime. I can't do it.
But and that's I was about to say.
Now that we're tracking
thing.
These events too, fuck that, dude.
And with the NFL, they're in off season right now, so it's not. But then again, you got
that we're not going to do no draft content right now. That's too early.
Or Gino just got traded to the Raiders.
I seen that they have it right before you got
Tyler
here.
Lockett got cut.
That's
DK
wild.
requested a trade. Joey Bosa got released by the Chargers.
I wonder if they're actually going to let DK go. That's my thing. But yeah, Joey Bosa, I think we're going to pick him up.
Shit, I hope. I kind of want the 49ers to pick him up at the same time.
Him and Nick Bosa would be good.
Yeah. But the only thing is with Joey Bosa, he's also barely on the field too.
I also had this question for you, bro, because I was in a live today. My wife finally texted me back. So we were talking about how many fucking bangers Steve Smith has on American Dad, bro.
Steve and Anita Smith, bro?
Steve and Anita Smith is the fucking blackest white guy in the world, and he doesn't exist.
In the Family Guy verse, yes,
that
Steve
dude probably gets pussy wet as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, dude. And I hate to, I probably clipped that, but fucking anyways. That motherfucker, he goes, I'm gonna go see if they got some fucking, what is it, Levert Sweat and something, LSC in this piece. And he goes over to the jukebox and the custom. He's like, my body all over.
You know who Steve reminds me of? Seth Du Bois.
I was gonna say Andrew.
Andrew and Seth put together.
Andrew does not get the pussy wet though. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm almost say he don't get the pussy wet. But now I'm not gonna clip the first clip because it'll make sense now.
Yeah,
but look, here's my question. If you could get rid of one section of these songs, would you get rid of the Steve and Anita Smith songs or the Brian and Stewie sing-alongs?
Don't make me choose, man.
Yeah, we got to because we haven't done Family Guy content on
I was about to say, damn, don't make me choose.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck. Because,
I'm taking Steve and Smith every time.
I want to say Steve, but,
And also, I'll hit you with this other one, Brian or Roger. I'm going Roger every time.
Roger.
Roger every time.
Okay, so this is another thing. I had
sons of bitches, where's my pecan chain?
I had this argument with one of my, it was going to turn into an argument, but I just kind of
he said I let it go because it's not a competition and I'm tired of motherfuckers acting like it is.
Well, he was talking about,
I feel it,
he was talking about,
Brian's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
he won't admit it. Roger's a piece of shit and embraces it.
Yeah. And my professor was talking about, he went to his son's apartment, he walked in, his roommates were watching American Dad. And then he was like, I don't know why you were watching American Dad and not Family Guy. And I was like, is American Dad's better? He looks at me and goes,
And I
no,
only
it's
watch
not.
it. I only watch it because of Roger too.
Yeah, and he goes,
like,
no,
I love
it's not.
Stan
And I was like, bro, what are you saying? American Dad's the best one.
Yeah.
And then he was like, we're not going to get into that, but no, it's not.
If you really have been sitting around watching this shit for years, you know this is the rankings right now, and this is going to piss people off. Okay?
He's going to put the Cleveland Show at 2. You're going to put the Cleveland Show at 2, aren't you? He's going to put the Cleveland Show at 2.
Yeah, I am. How did you fucking guess that?
We talk about
American
Show all the
Dad,
time.
and then I'm going to do my criteria. Why? Okay, American Dad #1, Cleveland Show #2, and I'll get to why. Family Guy, actually, Cleveland Show and Family Guy tied at 2. That's what I'm going to do. All right.
The only thing holding the Family Guy back now is it's been going on.
What's the other one I'm forgetting, bro?
That's the only 3.
There's another one, dude.
Unless you want to count that Ted TV show on Peacock.
No, that's fucking phenomenal. Bro, okay, can we talk about fucking, dude, I watched Ted 2 the other night for the first time in a while, bro. Every time I watch that shit,
those movies get so much hate.
Fuck, bro. Oh, they're the funniest shit ever. If you can't fucking watch that shit and enjoy it, you're a lazy piece of shit when it comes to comedy.
It's not
Joe Rogan said so.
Everybody like watches. It's because like Seth MacFarlane's movies are like ass. Fucking, other than those 2,
the fucking the scene where they go, dude. Every activity they do in that movie is so fucked up, bro. And we're gonna do this shit. We're gonna do this shit for our podcast.
That's I think this might be where you like when they're in the diner and they throw the cookie in the blind guy's ass.
We're gonna try that now.
And he's like, hey, Cookie Crisp in your bum.
He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. My son's a little behind. Oh, sorry. I do a Crisp in your bum. And he's like, oh, well, under the circumstances, I can understand.
And
he's like, she's giving you the fuck me eyes.
Yeah, and he's like,
she's like,
I have fucking eyes? She goes, you have take me to the ring, my precious eyes.
Bruh, that shit, they're like, oh yeah, Tuesday nights we get fucked up and throw apples at joggers.
Or when they go to the improv,
before that's why I started. Hold on, let's do it one at a time, bro. Because we're gonna do this shit. We're gonna get fucked up and throw apples at joggers.
I'm not doing that.
Well, allegedly, we're gonna do this shit. But nah, the whole movie, their activities are fucking wrong, and that's the funniest part. Tuesday nights we get fucked up, throw apples at joggers, and the dude they hit him in the face.
He's like, hey, I'm a bullseye.
He's like, hey, fuck you guys. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. And then another biker comes out, runs right into him, and they go, oh, and he's like, that's what you get for fucking exercise.
Yeah, he's like, that's what you get for exercising.
Yeah. And then
I never put 2 and 2 together.
What was the other one? The comedy, bro, the improv one. He goes, on Saturdays we go down to the comedy club and give out sad suggestions to the improv crew. And they go down there and he goes, all right, where are we at? Where's the place for this? And
9/11.
Yeah,
the offices of 9/11.
Mark Wahlberg goes 9/11, and the dude goes,
Robin Williams.
Oh my god,
Robin Williams on 9/11.
Oh my god, you're horrible for remembering the whole thing. I was trying to piece it together. I couldn't remember.
Bill Cosby. Okay, you guys.
Look, bro, look, the whole thing, dog. They go 9/11. He goes, oh fuck. Shh. No, I didn't hear that.
He goes, I heard Starbucks. No, you didn't.
Yeah. That was such a Family Guy skit.
See, if you sit there and look at it.
As a kid, I didn't realize, because as a TED TV show now, I realize that
entire show is just Family Guy.
But as a kid, I didn't realize the movie was the same way. And so fucking, he goes, the way they fucking do that whole thing, he goes, 9/11, ugh. He's like, whatever. He's like, I heard Starbucks. And he goes, nope, nobody said Starbucks. No, you didn't. He goes, where are we then? Who's there? He goes, Robin Williams. And he goes, the offices of Marty Shop something. And he's like, Robin Williams on 9/11. And then he goes,
well, who's there? Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. He goes, you people are monsters. He goes, buddy, we're giving you all the pieces. Make some fucking comedy. And I'm like, dude, oh my God.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together. If you sit there and watch it, it's an episode of Family Guy, but like an hour and 45 minutes.
The fucking weed strains. They fucking, the weed strains.
Flash Gordon at the wedding.
Oh,
you want to go do some blow?
No, I did blow in the bathroom with a guy. You won't even know who it is.
He does jump rope, punches somebody, and jumps out the window.
And he's like,
I think I'll pass.
I'm good. I think I'll pass.
He's like, yeah, I don't think
Breaking news, Boston horse seen Italian penis. That is one of my favorite lines of all time, bro. Fucking,
hey guys.
1 minute you're washing your titties in the river, next minute you're snatched up by old fucking crackers. He goes, wow, you make history.
You make history come alive.
Liam Neeson at the fucking store buying fucking tricks.
Or when Ted crashes the car in the bar and he's like, there's a lot of cool shit in there. I found a cowboy hat, this gun, and a guitar. And my nose fell off.
Blew my fucking nose off.
Or when they find the big ass weed farm and then it's the
Jurassic Park theme song.
No words. No words.
No words. No words.
I've only had this strain one time in my life. It's really red, but it's potent.
Fucking fire.
Johnny, look.
Dude, I think
they do travel in herds.
They do travel in herds, dude. With that being said, what was there was one part in a movie I was thinking about the other day. Maybe it was the show. It was the
Fresh
show.
Cakes.
Not Fresh Cakes. Good gosh. No, I was thinking about in the show when they fucking prank the bully and they feel bad, so they pretend to be his dad.
Oh yeah,
and the fucking dude
they make him come into the diner dressed as a sailor.
Oh my! He goes, yeah, I actually lied, and I fucking love my adopted Korean kids better. And he starts crying, and they're both like,
yeah, just. Did you know the dude that plays the dad and that does Steve's voice?
Yeah. Oh my god, we'll be here all night talking about that shit, dude. Fucking. Oh, that's so fire.
Those movies get too much hate.
That
Ted show, I don't know why it doesn't have a season 2 yet. That show was A1. Man. I don't care what anybody says.
Fuck yeah, it is A1. I don't care what nobody says neither. I'll say, dude, the American Dad dropped like 3 new seasons on Hulu right now. And
Family Guy's like, so getting back to like the ranking or whatever. Like,
yeah, American Dad, Cleveland Show, and Family Guy at 2, and then whatever the fuck I was going to put it forward.
Family Guy is just, it's gone on for too long, I feel like, in a way.
I feel like.
But like, The Simpsons has also gone on for forever, and I feel like it's at that point, too.
I never really judged The Simpsons. I like The Simpsons movie.
I'd like to sit, like, I would sit down and, like.
Thought I had it. Yeah, look. It's old ass.
I was about to say, I have it somewhere, too.
It's actually ripped. But bam.
But yeah, I mean, The Simpsons, like, I feel like Family Guy's approaching that where it's gone on for so long. And it's just kind of like, if you go back and look, every season is the same. Like, they have, like.
They really are.
And then like they like rehash episodes. Old characters. Yeah. They do like do the episodes where it's like
some
3
skits. Fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah, like some of the episodes are funny. Don't get me wrong.
They
but
redid the Will Smith Oscar slap on there. That was funny.
And then I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, TikTok kind of revived Family Guy too. Mm-hmm. So like there was a while there, like 2023 and like 2024, kind of. They would show like Family Guy clips of the episode, and they would have like Subway Surfers playing on the bottom. And people like were just watching them over and over again, and like that kind of got people watching Family Guy.
That's fire.
They did the same with South Park.
That's fire.
Like Family Guy, realistically, like isn't like it's kind of dead now. Where it's just like,
man, for somebody else, I'm watching it.
I haven't really watched it, and I don't think
it's fire.
I don't remember the last time I watched a season like fully.
You gotta check it out, bro.
I tell myself that all the time.
Watch American Dad first though, because it's.
I was about to say American Dad's funny as hell though. As I've gotten older, American Dad's become my favorite.
Grogu is the shit. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
Daddy.
Grogu Spanish.
I forgot about Grogu. I think I have seen that episode,
bro. There's an episode where they go to a fucking dude ranch, and he's like Buckarogu or Buckarogu or something.
The 300. There was the 200 where it's like all of Rogers like.
Oh, that's fucking old now. Bro.
Yeah, I was about to say that was old as hell.
That was new in 2014, cuz I was using F movies when it was just made.
Yeah, that was. I think that was one of like the last times I.
The newest episode I remember where Steve goes bananas. Like that's the newest one I remember, like word for word. And Barry's parents are swingers.
Yeah,
and they're trying to fuck Stan and Francine.
Remember when Barry popped up in Family Guy for like an episode?
Yeah,
and I went to the fridge and it was empty.
No, that's not the story that was said at all.
No, he was telling the story. And he's like.
I don't think Barry was telling the story.
No, Peter told the story. That's what I'm saying, and Barry was there.
Peter said he ate it in the fucking chicken, and it ended up being a baby dog.
No, he was like, and I went to the fridge, and I opened the door, and it was empty, and they were like, "Oh my god!"
Maybe, but then he also fucking had one where he was like, you know, I want to talk about impulse and how I couldn't control myself. One day I was on the fucking bus, and this dude had a real nice bucket of chicken, and I couldn't stop it, so I just held myself and started eating his chicken. But the problem was, it wasn't chicken. It was a baby.
I think he told like 2 stories in that episode.
And then fucking Barry was like, oh, fuck. And like beforehand, they was like, it was chicken. He was like, yum. And I was like, what the fuck? Also, core memory, fucking, you fucking kids are gonna fucking know what the fuck I say, or I'm gonna put my foot so far up your fucking ass, you'll be shitting blood for next month. When they're fucking doing the announcer thing, on American Dad, and they fucking give them all the power of the microphone. And
bro, I'm sitting here like we're talking about like Family Guy and stuff, and like all this brain rot from like when I was a kid, and I'm sitting here thinking about Jackass too.
Oh my! Like, I will never watch that shit as an adult. I just want to say Jackass. Like, I have no problem with gay shit whatsoever, but Jackass was the gayest shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
If you watch that as an adult,
Like,
it is just grown men getting naked and fucking touching each other with dicks and assholes.
I went and watched Jackass Forever, the one they
Which
released
is
in 2022.
But I can't watch it anymore.
It's fun. Like, it was funny, but I'm sitting there and I'm like,
it's not my kind of humor. And I have all of it right here. Oh shit! Oh fuck!
well, I'm like, I'm sitting there.
And I have all 4 of them right here.
I was like, I love my friends. Like some of my friends are like my brothers, but I don't think I would ever touch my friend's balls.
I don't want to see your dick. I don't want to see your balls. I love you, cousin. I don't want to see none of them.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would ever.
You know what? There's a split between that line, man. That's all I'm saying. You can't fucking cross that line, dude. That's a fucking broad line, dude.
I remember watching because I watched Jackass Forever, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and watch all the other ones. And there's funny stuff in it. It's like
at 10, that shit is hilarious. At 12, you're like, and
then I'm like, did I just watch
25?
I'm like, I was 18 years old, and I'm like, did I just watch a man butt chug a beer? Or like
Dave England just a shit on shit. Just used to shit on shit all the time.
He
used to usually just.
So there was a cutaway in one of those, and he's sitting there, and he's like, yeah. I like to think of myself as a professional shitter,
and that's what he was.
I'm proud
and that's what
to
he
admit
was.
that.
And that's what he was.
And then there was one, and like
that's
Bam,
what we are polluting the airwaves.
Bam puts anal beads, like he puts the anal beads, and they attach a kite
where
to
we
it.
cut that.
Yeah,
episode.
you know what? We're gonna. I was about to say
this is where cut that shit. This is. Yeah, I'm not cutting it. But you're fucked.
No, I cut that shit. But no, I was
cutting that because you had internships.
Yeah. Yeah, I do not need to be saying that on the
This dude said Bam had anal beads. And he said
he
it
puts
so
them in,
quiet, and he said it so intense.
And they attach a kite to it, and they put it in the air, and the kite pulls them up.
Thanks for ruining my night.
And then, like, I was going to bring it up because, like, they're releasing, like, another Tony Hawk's Pro Skate. They were remastering 3 and 4.
Please don't tell me they're putting Bam Margera.
Bam's in it.
Oh, my God.
Because Bam was in the original.
I hope a kite flies out of his ass.
And because Bam and Tony Hawk released like videos of them skating together, I was like, "Oh shit, are we doing the Bam arc again, where he gets clean for like 2 weeks and then starts posting Antonio Brown level shit, talking about I hate all my friends"?
What the fuck was that?
Because he was supposed to be in the new Jackass movie, and he started doing that shit again.
All up again.
Yeah,
I didn't know he wasn't.
Because I mean, he like one of his skits was in it, but they like took like he wasn't in the movie like at all.
Yeah,
because they all got sober or whatever, and Bam like won't get clean.
I mean, yeah. So they were saying they said he left rehab a couple times,
and he's been doing that for like ever since Ryan Dunn passed away. And I mean, that was like his best friend. I get it. It's probably like I don't want to speak on anybody's like issues or vices or whatever, but like
probably
they're all
be doing no more drugs. So
yeah, well, that's what they're saying. They're all like, we all got clean, and you know, you're still like doing it all. And I mean,
fuck.
What the.
That's not my handwriting.
That is not. That is a woman's handwriting.
I think I know who did that.
That was probably Lauren or your wife.
Oh. I was making a joke.
I said Andrew writes like a woman.
This is all. This is all. What the fuck was I looking for? I was looking for the guest. But yeah, I think
I was about to say we might need to call it a night after that.
That's a long. We got plenty of
clip the last.
Yeah, I'm not clipping the anal beads. I'm keeping that for my own purposes.
I was about to say you can keep that. No, don't post it yet.
No, I'm gonna post that shit. I'll clip it. I'll get it going off the internet, digital footprint. But with that being said, we had a long episode. I got to piss real bad.
It's good to be back.
Good to have the gusher back. With that being said, until next time, guys, let's agree to split the difference.